We live now.
And I'm here. I don't see us.
What's happening, world? Happy Friday.
There we go.
Welcome to another sensational episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun. Here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History
Hey.
and Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions. Scooting through this month. Farrell Films, History and Making
Super
Entertainment.
Slight delay.
You know, what's happening? Hopefully everybody's doing good.
Exceptional.
I'll let everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Pharaoh the most, the gift that keeps giving.
Mm-hmm.
Author,
Yes.
international man of mystery,
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
storyteller. Told you, Mom, I would get somewhere telling stories.
And I have my esteemed sister with me tonight. Tell me about yourself, sis.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cynthia, and this is my good brother and his partner
Yeah.
welcoming me here tonight so I can talk shit in person
That's right.
rather than on the comments. So
Yes.
I appreciate y'all having me. Thank you.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes, you're an avid watcher of the show, supporter, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been meaning to get you here.
For a
And we
long
have it.
time. For a long
And we're gonna hopefully this is the first of many
Oh.
because we're gonna keep it going.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Well, okay.
Get your
I heard
application.
that. He
Get
said
your
he's
application
sure.
for the third or the fourth co-host.
Oh, I'm auditioning now.
Yeah, we see me that.
Ooh.
It's an online app.
It's an ongoing app.
It's an online app.
Oh, it's an online
You know,
app.
we trying to keep we trying to balance the energy. So
I got internet on my phone, so it's good.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's always it's been an interesting week.
Okay, it has.
We got plenty of topics.
We're in troubling and yet interesting times.
Yes. It's almost Sagittarius season. It's coming upon us. Y'all be ready. The gates of heaven are about to open. Bless you all.
Anything after Virgo and before Taurus don't even count.
Okay, so that means what?
Well, it's pretty clear.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not following. I'm not tracking. Sorry. What does that mean?
From September to like the end of April, nothing really matters.
Nothing really matters. So just forget all about May and June.
No. May and June is
and
good.
That beautiful Gemini season.
No, from May.
Just skip all that.
From May to September is what counts.
Is what counts. You said everything from September to April.
Yeah, September to April, meaning October, November, all that type of stuff.
He going calendar forward.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a forward thinker in the spirit of Ice Cube.
International man of mystery. Farrell the Great. But it's been some fuckery in as usual.
Unfortunately.
Per usual.
Yeah, you got
2016 was really the whole thing went off the rails.
you think so?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of prominent characters who are out on social media really affecting things and the temperature of the nation, and many of them came to prominence. Trump, some of his supporters. A lot of things just seemed to go off the rails in 2016, and then 2020 kind of doubled down on it.
True. It's been a lot of fuckery.
Yeah.
That's good.
Brother Seaver, what's happening? I see you.
Yeah, I should have voted for Hillary. For no other reason than it would have kept things somewhat
It would have been
normal. 'Cause
define normal.
well, before Hillary, there was some polarization and stuff with Barack in office and Bush and this and that. But even with as much as George Bush hates black people and all that type of stuff, the level of partisan animosity, the militias, a lot of the things that go on in the country, the Kyle Rittenhouse type things.
I wanted to get
them
on
type
that.
of individuals became empowered
Okay.
after 2016, and if Hillary would have been elected, things would have kept. And I'm not saying like she would have been some type of savior, but it would have been business as usual. Trump coming in kind of shook up the fabric of society, and it shined light that we kind of could see, because there might be people that we work with or whatever that we had a cordial relationship,
Okay.
but if they became out suddenly like, I'm with Trump, that kind of gave you an indication that that statement was deeper than politics. So there was personal relationships and things like that. A lot of things got out of normal, and Trump wasn't the first racist in office or the first dude trying to grip himself, but it was so blatant in your face that so many people got empowered that it's affected all levels of society, to the point where people can say what they want to about Barack Obama, this and that, but you can't say that 2015 wasn't better than 2021.
Not for everybody, clearly.
I mean, for most what I consider normal people, but we get things twisted because here in the Bay Area we get a false sense of what's normal. People relatively get along. For here, you don't really get a lot of. When there is some type of racist incident, everybody be like, "Wow, how can this happen?" But you go down to Louisiana and Mississippi, that's just Tuesday.
Right.
So in the Bay Area, and we're kind of a little bit more enlightened.
Allegedly.
A little bit more educated.
Allegedly.
A little bit more open-minded, at least on the surface, that anybody from the Bay Area that goes to Mississippi or Alabama somewhere, we be sitting there like, man, is this the same country?
That's fact.
Yeah.
And that Mississippi, Alabama kind of state of mind, Mitch McConnell, Kentucky, with Trump in office, that mindset became the forefront of what's the driving energy behind the country. And that's not good, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely not good.
It was always there, though.
It was always there, but it wasn't the dominant driving
They took
force.
the sheets off.
No, it
You
took
see what I'm
the
saying?
sheets off.
Trump enabled them and empowered them. That's why I say 2015 was better than 2021. Since Trump has been in, when Trump got into office, things are upset. And now we got a guy Biden who, in my opinion, is barely. In my opinion, isn't even really competent. Biden isn't really incompetent to me, but Jesus Christ, the normal people had to kind of at least push it back in a direction. How he became the dude.
I'm voting for Pedro next time.
Okay.
It's like this. There's nothing about Joe Biden that somebody should be like, oh man, that guy inspires me. Like Obama had the hope thing. George Bush had the conservative, compassionate conservative, and that appealed to some people.
And Biden was, hey, at least I'm not Trump.
Right.
Yeah. Like every dude.
That's fair though. I take that.
But that's the thing. You got a guy now in office who normally for the last 20-some years, 30 years really,
Even brother.
every guy that got elected had some type of inspiration to his followers. Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden. Nobody's inspired by Biden. I literally voted for Biden for no other reason than fuck Trump.
I'm inspired.
But there was nothing about Biden that made me say,
I was inspired for old people.
you know what I'm saying? I fuck with dude.
Old people getting shit can do shit. Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you be inspired by a politician in the first place?
Well, that's the thing. If I'm gonna say it's 330-some million people in the country, right? Now 330-some million. If somebody says, "Hey, man, that's the person who's gonna push us forward," it at least needs to be a person that when I look at that person, the country, you set the
corporation.
tone. Even if you're a puppeteer, whatever. You'll still set the tone, the face of it. Just like the CEO of a company. You want a guy that says, you know what? I respect that dude. I'm behind that dude. I kind of believe in what he kicking. And Biden ain't that. Biden is like the dude who was the office supervisor, suddenly becoming the CEO of the corporation.
This week,
What?
and you sitting there like,
this week I'm on lettuce.
you know
Next
the guy
week
that's
I'm
the
on
office
fries.
supervisor. You know the guy that's the office supervisor
Yeah,
simply because
yeah.
he's been there the longest.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knows what the policy manual is. He gonna show
Yeah.
up. Everybody in the warehouse clowning, dude. You know, like nobody's like,
He the
nobody
motherfucker
paying
that know
dude no
how to
attention.
hold the reset button for 10 seconds to reset the router.
Yeah, you know the dude. You know that office
Unplug
supervisor.
it and plug it back in.
Just
Yeah.
imagine that office supervisor that no one's paying any attention to. Wherever, like, man, we on a break right now. You guys just had a break. Hey, man, blood, quit sweating me. And now suddenly he's Elon Musk, and everybody like, dude,
Fuck you come from?
Well, if you politicking right,
no, dude.
if you
One,
politicking
because
right.
he just simply was like Shizzle said, I'm not dude.
I'm not him.
There was no policy. I couldn't quote any
That's
policies
enough, but that's enough.
that he had.
That was
But
enough.
But that's the thing. I at least need to say
need
some
to
policies or
refresh
something
my
that
drink.
you had.
None
Your
of
life
this-
story
none of
should be
this-
inspirational.
None of it applies to us.
Like Obama had an inspirational story.
Okay.
Clinton had an inspirational story.
Okay.
On the
Clinton
opposite
played the
side,
saxophone
George
and niggas
Bush.
fell in love.
But the thing
And
is,
got his dick
but
sucked
on
in the office, and we
I mean, I would have did that too, so I can't hold that
Never mind,
against
I'm-
you.
Yeah, you
I
might
can't
be
be
In
mad
fact-
at
whatever
him player.
way.
In fact, I would have did
That's
that
a player.
multiple times.
That's a player.
But
He's a player.
and on the opposite side to the conservatives, George Bush inspired them. No one was inspired that I know by Biden. We just showed up and voted and was like, man, at least it ain't dude. And when we got to the House, if they'd have said he didn't win, we'd have been, oh well. You know what I'm
we
saying?
would not have. I don't think. I think that we try to apply our logic
Mm-hmm.
to a system that has its own rule. That's a whole nother game over there.
Right.
You know, none of us know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to apply our daily life logic to that. That don't work. They don't give a damn.
That don't stop me.
Okay.
I'm a wrestle with logic.
I'm
gonna make sense of this thing.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Make it
Go
make
ahead.
sense.
Spin your wheels on it, but it's never gonna make sense to us.
And
right?
George Bush did care about Condoleezza Rice, so he did like black people.
And
Hey,
A
Colin
black
Powell.
person.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Colin
peace to
Powell.
Cola. But no rest in peace to Herb Cain. Fuck you.
Oh God damn! Come on.
But I mean that in the kindest way possible.
Sweetest parts of hell. He
Respect.
means that. Respect.
But I mean that in the kindest way possible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hope he didn't suffer. Like I hope he immediately fell into a coma and didn't suffer. I do honestly hope he didn't suffer as he was going to the upper room.
With Jesus. I don't think that's.
Okay, yeah, we don't go to hell for that.
But no, you know, he was one of the
Gasoline,
first.
Gasoline draws
No,
dipped in
because
hot misery.
Because see, he was really one of the first duplicitous dudes. Like I had a friend of mine,
Who
Herman Cain,
was the first what?
of one of those.
Break it down.
I'm a black conservative, but I'm okay. I'm like you. You know that as they was trying, because one of the things they've noticed is if they can make any headway into the black vote, they will eventually be able to not be beat by the Democrats. As long as the Democrats are pulling 90% of the black vote, they can win these elections. And that's why we need to demand more of Biden, because if black people didn't show up in South Carolina and Georgia, Biden wouldn't be president.
Until
And black
you
people
do right
showed up.
by me, I will not stand in front of
But
your
Hurricane
stores
came out
and
and
order a
said silly
Popeye
stuff
chicken
like-
sandwich.
He had this policy where he was talking about 999 and we're going to simplify the tax code and everybody pay 9%. I had a friend say, yeah, that makes sense. And I said, that's how they get you. He's a smooth talker and that makes sense. But in reality, as a citizen, you pay a 3% effective tax rate and the corporations are paying 16%. If we go to 999, the corporations actually get a tax break and your taxes actually triple. But because he was smooth and he said it in a populist type of way, it was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Got him.
And but that's the thing. When one of these politicians are talking and you say, wow, that makes sense, you're probably being got.
So, what's your thought process on how to educate people on how to make better choices?
Well, see, it's the thing. In America, we have kind of accepted that if he's on our side, even if we know he's bullshitting, we're going to rock. So I think it's almost a lost cause. Like I said, Biden didn't have a single policy that I said, you know what? I can get behind that. There was nothing about his life story. There was nothing about him that made me say,
I'm fucking with dude.
But I still went and showed up. I still went and showed up and voted for him because technically he was, as a lifelong raised Democrat, he was our guy and he was not the other guy.
Or was he just the lesser of two evils?
Right.
Pretty much, but that goes back to what I'm saying. We looking at
That's
like
always the choice.
That's always
okay.
the choice.
This is my guy, even though he's probably full of shit too, but he maybe is a little less than this guy.
Yes.
Is the bullshit tolerable? Is the
Right.
question.
That's the thing.
How
I
do you
figured
want your
mine would be
racism?
more
How do you want your
tolerable.
racism?
Yeah.
You want it in your face?
No, I want
or do
it,
you want a cup of Kool-Aid and a slice of cherry pie?
Well, I
And
really
Popeye
like
chicken
some
salad.
sausage,
Exactly.
eggs
Chicken
with it.
salad.
You know what I'm
Little
saying?
some grits,
Yeah.
a little sugar on
No,
it.
no grit.
Some grits with a little bit of
No
sugar
grits
on it.
unless you putting salt on them.
All
I'm
right.
just playing because
Sugar grits.
that's a black person's reaction.
Sugar grits.
Team sugar grits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a confession to y'all because we're all friends
I like
here.
both, but team
This
sugar
is a
grits.
safe place.
Yeah, it's always safe here.
I've never ate grits in my life. Like a couple times I ever ate grits,
have
I
to
was
pull your
literally
black
forced
card.
No, you
to.
lying. Shut up.
It's
No.
no black card.
No, what I'm saying though is that I have actually the only couple times I've ever ate them in my life, I was forced to. Like I was raised with an older relative. It was like you gonna eat, like I was like a lot of things I was forced to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But when I literally got to a certain age as a teenager and I was lifting my little weights and I thought I was relatively tough, I got on some fuck that. I ain't eating that shit. And you can't
Just
be.
to spite
I
your-
love
just
grits.
to
You
spite
can't. You
yourself?
can't. No. Like it's like certain shit I didn't like, but that people force you to
You
do
didn't
shit.
like grits? Or you just would spite yourself?
What you
No,
like,
I didn't
malto
like
meal?
them. No, I didn't like none of that shit.
Just thinking that shit.
I ain't like none of that shit. But I mean, I probably, because since so many
Cream of
people
wheat?
do like grits, I probably could have grew to like grits, but the way it was presented to me, I was forced to eat them.
You was like, fuck
So when
that.
I felt I was big enough and tough enough that I couldn't be whooped into eating them,
Mm-hmm.
I throw that
Okay,
shit
but
against the
that's something-
ceiling before I eat it.
But that's something that you
Damn.
apply to like liver and onions, not grits.
No, I actually like liver.
Organ meat?
You actually like liver.
So you just a weirdo. then.
Liver's
That's
full of
good.
liver. Anyway, liver's full of iron. It's good for
Oh
you.
my God.
No, fuck that. I'm cool.
How you eat something that stinks?
Can't eat
Does
no
that stink?
ugh.
You can't say that it don't.
Hey, my cousin Kenneth say we stand up in the bay when blacks been running the fuck out. Trump didn't run niggas out the freaking Democrats did. But Kenneth, it's a matter of perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a matter of perspective. You're absolutely right, Mr. Johnson. The system ain't for black people. And
But
you're-
yet, black people gotta exist within the system. So what do we do?
actually, you don't.
No, we do. We ain't going off the grid.
You going off the grid? You about to be in the woods of Montana and shit?
To be off the. Here's the
Foraging
thing.
for,
I like these Hanes
to be-
draws and
to
socks.
be
man.
off
I ain't
the
I
going
like
grid.
indoor plumbing. I don't want to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, to be
I don't wanna
off.
do that.
To be
I don't want
off
to drink
the-
rainwater.
I don't wanna do that.
If I'm not mistaken, but to be completely off the grid is illegal. In a
No, they got
sense.
people out in Mojave that's literally in the desert.
Mhm.
That's really like, man, they got outhouses and drink rainwater
Yeah.
and solar.
Think about it. You can't collect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
running
can't collect
squirrels and shit.
rainwater. That's some bullshit.
Who said that?
You can collect it in Nevada. You can't do it in California.
Yeah, you can't collect rainwater in California. It's illegal. That's some bullshit.
But and here's
It's- yes.
here's the but to it. In some parts of California, since we have so much minerals in the air, when the rainwater comes down, it has lead in it.
Right.
So they don't want
Remember,
you drinking
we
it.
was in. I remember
But
when I was
if
in
you
the
up in
6th grade.
Ukiah or someplace like that.
They was talking
So
about
where the
acid
air quality
rain.
is good.
Exactly,
it's cool,
but in
whereas-
like say
But
LA
that ain't
and the
why.
Bay Area, the rainwater would be full of lead and mercury.
Nah, that's because they don't want your ass having extra water. That's why they want you to buy bottled
Yeah,
water.
but also it would have some lead.
They
in
want
it,
you to go
which-
to. They want you to go to Costco and get 8 of them motherfucking 24 packs and fill your car up and fuck up your suspension with that heavy ass water.
See, here's the thing about drinking lead. It leads to your children being considered special and
Like
not
Trump.
down south. Because when you're down south and you say somebody's special, they mean you're
They're just
exceptional and
touched.
talented.
Yeah.
Here in California, when you say somebody's special, you mean
Delete.
they're in the short bus.
Delete.
They're different learners. That's what it's
Yeah, they're
called now.
alternative
different-
learners.
they're
And if
different
there's any
learners.
alternative learners out there, I
We ain't mad at
apologize
you.
if I'm offending you.
No, you don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, they won't grasp the concept
I know.
anyway.
Go over their head like a haircut.
That's fine too.
When the Pete Rose buzz cut.
But so in the news, there's been some fuckery, as I was saying. You had the pilgrim in court crying.
Hey, you know, I got a friend on Facebook. His name is Hotep Jesus.
And
he's got a massive.
Wait a minute. That's a fucking oxymoron.
Whoa.
That's an oxymoron.
Roll that back.
You got truth and never mind. Y'all get that.
Actually, though, in reality, though, Hotep Jesus is probably the most popular black conservative on Twitter.
I'm not dissing him or nothing. I'm just saying that name.
The name. The name is funny.
That's an oxymoron. That's
and he
clean
tweeted out
dirty.
something. He said, actually, to tell the truth, why the fuck are y'all worked up about Kyle Rittenhouse? He killed a couple of white people. There was no black people involved. This ain't our business.
This ain't our business.
Fuck him. And I was like, wow, I
with
didn't
you.
even realize that. Like, this ain't our business.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they hang you for no other reason than dudes that look like that.
It
I
kind of
always hope
is our
they
business to watch because you want to watch from the sideline.
Yeah.
So you can peep the perimeter,
It's
right?
just not our fight.
Yeah.
So you want to peep the play. You want to watch the audibles because when you watch the audibles and everything and all the motions and all the shit, and then when it come to our shit, you be like, wait a minute, why his sandwich bigger than mine? Why my sandwich don't look like his sandwich?
They're using the
I
justification.
feel sorry for you,
of
mother.
Black Lives Matter. It was a Black Lives Matter protest. That's the justification.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of white dudes with guns shooting each other. Fuck it, they could all kill each other. Fuck it, it don't affect me. But one thing though I can say though is dudes that look like Kyle Rittenhouse. I always want the worst shit to happen to them. So that's my only vested interest. I do want to see him get fucked over. For no other reason than I like seeing dudes that look like him
get fucked over.
You know. And if I'm petty for that, Lord forgive me.
You the king petty then. I'm the queen petty then.
All right then.
If you can dish it, you can receive
We
it.
can be petty together.
No, because dudes that look like me always get fucked over. So I'm always cheering. And even if somebody says, well, you know, he was done an injustice. And I lean back, pick my teeth and say, welcome to my world. Just like people like, OJ got away with it. You know, reality, looking at everything that I'm looking at it from now, OJ probably did that shit.
What you mean probably?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I got a cousin that did 19 years for some shit that he was just in the car. So if OJ skated one time, fuck it.
That's dangerous though. That's dangerous.
It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope.
Right now,
but is OJ life cool and peaches and rainbows right now? Fuck no. Like,
why not?
What do you mean why not?
OJ snorting hella coke. He's still banging a lot of white chicks.
Here's the thing.
That's not a good.
I get it, but listen, I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
Put
my devil's advocate hat on.
Your drawers ain't gasoline. I got gasoline.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm working on that.
Oh, he been sick.
I'm working on that. Saying shit.
Right.
Just think about this though.
If you notice the judge on this side.
Oh yeah, most definitely. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if after
the judge, yeah.
Hey, you remember when the white police lady broke in there and killed dude that was sitting on his couch and everybody was coming out giving her hugs and stuff? Man, that judge finna give Kyle a hand job when it's over.
What you talking about? He gave him this fucking password to Pornhub.
Man. I mean, they
like, hey man, look, I got the platinum package, man. You be in your cell, man. Watch this shit here. Matter of fact, here go my 100-inch laptop.
He gave him the burner.
Yeah, he gave him a burner cell. He in there like Narcos.
That's his partner.
But what I was gonna say about OJ, just think about it. And like I said, I'm just
Devil's advocate.
I'm just thinking. He ain't in jail. Now, granted, his life may not be the shit that glitz and glamour when he thought he was a pilgrim, but he's OJ. Remember.
I'm not black.
I'm OJ. His life might not be that, but he's not in jail. He's out. And he's probably doing what he wants to do. And I think he made some pretty smart financial moves, I would say, to where he just like, fuck you.
And he's probably having real aggressive sex with snow bunnies.
All day. Like, come here, Brittany.
Oh, my God.
And for the record,
do it for the juice.
I've never had I've never, and for the record, I've never had sex with a snow bunny. I've turned down every single opportunity in my life.
Stand up, Negro.
But if I would have, it'd have probably been some of the most disrespectful shit ever. And I can imagine that that's what OJ is doing. He's probably like, I'm the slave master now, and whooping them and doing some, probably doing some real.
Okay,
OJ like 70.
Okay, so that implies that he wasn't doing that before.
I hope he was doing that before.
Was.
In fact,
like,
I hope OJ. In fact, since OJ sold us out and thought he was a pilgrim, at least I hope he was striking a blow in the bedroom for the power system.
So speaking on that, once again, I just started this.
That was that.
In this Me Too movement world, you ain't heard his name on some bad shit, so he must have been. Hey, the reason they touching themselves at 3 a.m.
The bitch don't want to get her throat slit. Like, what the fuck?
That too.
Come on.
That too.
What are you
Either or.
about? He's probably the only one that can get away with it.
Now, in full disclosure, I had a partner that used to run with Pedro Guerrero. Pedro Guerrero was he played for the Los Angeles Dodgers for a while, and he was a big celebrity in the Los Angeles area.
You explain that to me.
No, I'm just letting y'all know, just in case people don't know who Pedro Guerrero is.
Yeah. Oh, Pedro, yeah.
So, Pedro Guerrero, OJ hated Pedro Guerrero and Marcus Allen, who used to run for the Raiders, because they would bang
his bitches.
And in fact, there's a 911 call, you can hear it out there, where Pedro Guerrero is banging OJ's ex. And OJ calls 911 and says, y'all need to come get you know about this 911 call? But OJ says, y'all need to come get her because she's doing cocaine and having sex with Pedro Guerrero. Like, OJ...
That's a hater move.
OJ
Let her be great. Let her get her back broke.
OJ called 911.
Can you imagine?
To stop her from getting banged by Pedro Guerrero.
You somewhere giving a motherfucker...
Look it up.
I'm Googling this shit.
Can you imagine? You somewhere giving a chick the tickle pickle, and this motherfucker calling 911.
Yeah.
Man, like, dude, you have it when I'm done.
Yeah, you think about it. Police. Deshaun is over there about to bang my girl.
I'm giving her all 47 of them pumps.
Go get her, please. But yes.
And this nigga in the bushes with a glove on and some.
Did you find it?
No.
OJ is clinically insane. So anybody who doubts that he did that shit, OJ is actually nuts. Because as a man, I could never have doubted the 9, the 1, and the 1 to say, hey man, this nigga over here bagging my girl and doing coke with her.
That's some hoe shit.
And he aired basically Pedro out as that Pedro was doing coke. But he also hated Marcus Allen because Marcus Allen was also...
Marcus Allen was banging chicks all over. Allegedly. I don't want to get...
He actually banged Al Davis' daughter. That's why Al Davis benched him.
I don't know.
I mean, hey, little urban trivia where people be like, man, why did they bench Marcus Allen? They benched Marcus Allen because he was banging Al Davis'
would have been the greatest
daughter.
running back duo in the history of football. I don't give a fuck who your football team is.
Oh,
you had Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson at the same damn time. That's like having...
So you see it?
That's like having...
Okay. I have to bookmark that one for later.
I ain't gonna say what that's like because I don't... Yeah, that's... Never mind.
What?
I was what it's like. I said you had the greatest running back duo of all could have been at all times and didn't utilize it.
Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen.
Allen.
You could have had me at quarterback, handing the ball to them two brothers, and that could have been a Super Bowl. But I guess Marcus Allen crossed the line with Al Davis' daughter, and they literally had him benched. Like Al Davis.
Yeah,
on
that
one hand,
porn
you
music
could
in the
say,
background.
was he a sad? I guess you could say he was a sad. And speaking of that, man, okay, so last week we was talking about the young brother for the Raiders who got drunk, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the young brother from this week?
Yeah.
Well, there was a young brother named Henry Ruggs. He was the first round draft
the wide
pick
receiver. He had to crash in Vegas.
And he did 156 miles an hour and
I seen
crashed
the
and
video
killed this
too.
girl, right?
Right.
Well,
And her
then
dog.
The next
dog.
week,
That's why
this
white people
week
mad.
that we in
They mad
right
about the
now,
dog.
the number one draft, he was because the
He
Raiders
was the
had
first
two number-
rounder.
Yeah,
The other year, cornerback, and he wasn't all that raw, but yeah,
this
we was
dude.
keeping it a buck.
This
No
dude
disrespect, we
made
was keeping
this
it real. I'm
crazy
a Raider
video
fan.
where he's pointing the gun and talking
talking
about
about, "I'ma
killing
kill-"
over. So they had to cut him
They
too.
cut his
So
ass.
now the last couple first round picks of the Raiders, it's
Cancel.
first round picks.
Cancel culture.
But I mean, he was a dude that they was
I seen him get burnt a couple of times.
but they was advised not to draft dude. They said he had character issues. But it's easy when you're a young black man for them to say,
To
"Oh,
have
you got
character
issues," and they'll use that because there's a lot of brothers who should be first rounders who end up going in the third or fourth round
Because that mean they don't got to pay
somebody
you as
said
much.
They had character issues.
That's a money. That's a
But-
money. That's a money play.
And
You
I
a
hate-
whole fucking fool. I'm not about to pay you millions of dollars.
But see, here go the thing. I hate that mentality of that Jackie Robinson mentality where, oh, if this dude go over there and fuck up, he representing
I have
all
a
of
problem
us.
with that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's an individual
That's not-
doing his own thing. He don't got nothing to do with me. But unfortunately, when you go out and they say you have character issues or this and that, and then you go do something to justify, it really does make us all look bad. Now, some people say, fuck them Pilgrims' opinion.
Fuck them
But on the
Pilgrims.
other hand, we ain't
Fuck
that
their
far
opinion.
from, oh, you're the first black in your neighborhood. Oh, you're the first black at this job. You're the first. We ain't too far from that.
Right.
My grandfather
still
was the
in that.
first black supervisor. My grandfather, I'm talking about not some way ancient. My grandfather was the first black supervisor at PG&E. You know, so we ain't talking about Harriet Tubman, and we talking about my mother's father. So we still ain't too far from that. You're representing
We have a responsibility.
all of us.
True. We do have a
You know?
responsibility. And I get that. I agree with that on about 75% of it.
Less than that.
Now come on,
Really?
Jenkins, you playing? I didn't see that part. That Malcolm wanted his toes
Nick.
sucked.
Oh, come on, Nick. Bruh. Nick being funny. What
I seen
what's
the movie
that?
2-3
What's
times. I
that?
didn't see that part.
That one night in Miami shit?
Oh, we talking about that. We not
Is that
talking
what
the
you talking
Malcolm
about,
X
Nick?
movie. That was actually a good movie.
It wasn't. a good one.
For
I
the
don't
movie to
think I
basically
seen
be
it.
four dudes sitting in a hotel room talking.
I
was a good
don't. No, I didn't watch it.
It's on Amazon Prime. You should check it out. This is
Yeah,
a good movie.
I got
But
Prime.
you got to be patient because it take about
It's like-
30 to 45 minutes for it to really.
I think I
Pick
started
up
watching it and didn't finish. Something ended up happening.
Well, see, that's the thing with me. I started watching it and I got bored and watched it, and somebody that I trust opinion said,
Oh, he said the Malcolm X movie.
"No, you gotta hang through that." And then as it started getting towards the end, and the conflict between Malcolm and Sam Cooke started coming to the forefront,
Yeah.
it's a really good movie.
Okay, I'm gonna have
But
to
man,
check
I
it
had to make it through.
You got to eat grass before you can eat steak.
Right.
But
And
that's
it's directed
that's a
by
great
Regina
example
King.
of what you were saying, though, because that conflict between the two of them was really interesting.
Because it ended up turning into some of that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, brother, man, at the end of the day, what's your problem with me?
Yeah.
And the problem, and dude was like, I don't have a problem with you. I just have a problem with that you could be so much more. I really got love for you. It's coming across as I got a problem with you, but I really don't. And it's directed by Regina King. Shout out to Regina
Shout out
King,
Regina.
because the whole
Heart.
black community been in an uproar about her Western. And I don't know why y'all acting like Posse never existed.
No.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, Posse was the shit. But the harder they fall, it was
Wait, Ram, you didn't like
Ram
you
didn't like
One Night in Miami?
What is that?
You don't know where the emoji came from.
I thought One Night in Miami was some powerful acting because at the end of
I'm
the
gonna
day,
watch it.
at the end of the day, it should be
He said he
boring.
didn't like it.
It should be boring because it's basically four dudes sitting on a hotel bed. Like that would be a Saturday night from hell for me to be sitting on a hotel bed with a preacher and in a hotel, four of us dudes, and the preacher there
Ain't no
talking about,
strippers in the room.
yeah, we ain't get, you know, when I say where the hoes at, nigga shaming me.
Yeah,
And so
we ain't gonna be able to do that.
that would be, on a personal level, that would be, even though I'm supposed to be mature and I'm supposed to be enlightened, If it's 4 niggas in a motel room, nigga, where the hoes at, man? Come on, man. You stop playing. Even if I ain't finna do nothing, I still want to watch.
You just want to get an
You want to
ambiance.
observe a report?
You want to be an ambiance. You just
Yeah, like, hey, man, like, hey, you want a lap dance? No, I just want you to feed me grapes.
You just
You
want
want me
to
to
smell.
sit
As long
in my
as you can smell some coconut oil, some cocoa butter, you good.
Plus, I done got old now. She might be like, you want me to sit in your lap? And I'll be like, why? Ain't shit finna happen?
Oh,
You might have to sit in this motherfucker for about 2 hours for something to pop up, and I don't know if I got enough dollars for that.
Yeah.
But, because I am a dude, I still want to see you walking around like that, even though ain't
Ass is
shit
wiggling,
finna happen.
titties jiggling.
Glitter or no
And if she
glitter?
say, well, why ain't shit
Glitter or no
happening?
glitter?
No
Like,
glitter.
cuz,
No
man,
glitter?
my
No glitter. Glitter get
Viagra,
you in
my
trouble.
Viagra at home. Shit,
I don't even
just
be
walk
around chicks,
with
and
that
I be
shit in my
having
pocket.
glitter on me. I go home, you got some glitter on you. I'm like, dude,
Okay, so
dude, who the fuck I been
pause.
around?
Wait a minute, pause. You're not around chicks, but you got
No.
What niggas you
No.
with?
No.
That's happened to
No,
me. I
what
come
I'm
home
saying-
and it's like,
no,
there's a
when I
glitter
say
up, and
that-
like, I swear to God,
I mean,
there's no
there's
female.
the situation. I've been around females, but I'm like, I ain't noticed no glitter on nobody, and I'm like, come on, be like, man, you got some glitter on you. I'm like, where the fuck was?
What's amazing to me about that
And I'm
is
like, the fuck, for real?
I'm a
Is that
260-pound man. There's a lot
Some
of me.
motherfucker going around.
Glitter is not even a
Uh,
gram. In some kind of way, if a one piece of glitter ends up on me, you can
They
look
see
at
it.
it and be like,
Come on.
where
bro.
did
That
that
glitter.
come
You
from?
a
That
glitter
shit on
bag.
your
It's what I
elbow.
hear
Where
y'all
that glitter
say.
come from?
You a glitter bag.
There's been days where
You
I've
just
had
attract
no
glitter.
female contact, no hugs, no nothing, and they're like,
But
you got some glitter on you. And I be sitting there like,
what I do remember at
on
my
my
office,
dead mama, I ain't touched nobody.
I be like, dude, who the fuck? I gave somebody a hug. Okay, yeah, I did give somebody a hug.
Anthony Johnson is correct. That was a powerful movie.
Yes.
Yeah, but I ain't seen it, but I'm gonna watch it.
That's the homie too. What's up, Aunt?
So if anybody, they got all these scientists on Earth. I need y'all to discover why I keep ending up on glitter, even though I've never been nowhere near a woman. Okay, you want to do something for humanity?
Find that out for me.
Yeah, save relationships.
Would that save humanity? Would
I
that
mean-
really be helpful to humanity to
Save.
figure out why you
That,
a glitter
that,
bag?
hey, that saves some uncomfortable conversations.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, goddamn.
I be like, "Nigga, I ain't been around nobody.
Is this what
I accidentally slipped one day and said, man,
and
back
said,
in the
"What's up,
days,
Sin?"
there was times I've been laid in the room for 5-6 hours with something and I ain't come home with no glitter. So I don't know how to explain
Damn, you be
this.
telling on yourself?
Maybe
I mean,
that's-
you're absolutely
I mean-
frustrated,
Oh, okay.
and you be like,
Maybe-
look,
maybe
when I
that's-
did cheat, I didn't come
came
home with
home-
no glitter.
maybe that's
So glitter ain't proof of
that's
cheating.
nah. See, that's that.
There you
when
go.
you didn't get caught.
There you go,
Catching up
sis.
with you.
I guess
bro.
what,
Yeah.
you know what, I guess, is that what they
Fuck
call karma?
Speaking
Yeah.
of,
It
hey,
always comes back to you. Or something.
so okay, yeah, keep it going.
I'm just.
I just want to actually be guilty when I do get caught.
You just ain't getting caught for that particular time.
Well, I
You
mean,
catching that
I'm
shit
a
on
good-
the
I'm a
you
good
catching
boy
that
now.
shit on the
Okay,
flip.
right.
Least expected. That's that right jab you when you wasn't looking.
That's right.
I'm-
Everybody got to atone at some point.
Hey,
Why?
It had been some
Why?
random shit where I
God.
was like,
That's not.
I was born a black man in America. I done had the deck stacked against me. Lord, at least give me
what
this
the?
one break.
Hey.
At least give me this.
Oh, Ram said, if we want to see a good film, look up Fight Back, written, directed, and produced, starred. I almost finished that sentence, but yeah, bro, okay. Ram got jokes tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh, damn. And the dude that sing biracial was on the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
She's biracial. Hey, he put this polar heart into it.
Let me stop.
But speaking of movies,
Hey,
One Night in Miami that was directed by Regina King, and a lot of people is giving her flowers, and they talking about Oscar, and she's already won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
They talking about Oscar for this The Harder They Fall.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was to pull that off, she'd be the only black woman with multiple Oscar wins.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm rooting for her for no other reason than that.
Oh, yeah.
Denzel has
She's a hell of
multiple
a-
Oscar wins.
As a man.
What's our boy from Hayward?
Ursula.
Yeah, he has 2 Oscars.
yeah.
So if Regina can do that, she'll be the first black woman to win multiple Oscars. And a lot of people are saying they really liked her in that
She was dope.
I like the harder they fall. A lot of people had complaints about the no offense to my light skinned people, but to the light skinned chick, a lot of people wasn't feeling her. Well, what's her name?
Because of the person she was portraying.
I don't want to call her the light skinned chick. What's her name?
Whatever, the light skinned broad.
Yeah, what's her name though? Let's give her a name. What's her name? Somebody in the comments say her name. I first saw her on what's that series Atlanta with Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
and she was
the girlfriend, right?
Yeah, she's the baby mama. And then she
girlfriend.
Was
we ain't gonna call her baby mama.
Oh, she was the girlfriend.
We're gonna call her the girlfriend.
And she was in Deadpool 2. So I keep saying that stuff, but I don't want to keep saying the light skinned chick.
Yeah, don't do her like that.
Somebody give me her name. Somebody say her name in the comments. But anyway, a lot of people on
she
Twitter.
She might watch this show one day and want to come on. Yeah, that's right. Nick know everybody. Nick know.
But a lot of people.
That's my man Nick.
A lot of people on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook have a problem with her casting due to her physical look and appearance is nowhere near
the real
person she's portraying. Yeah, that's fair.
I can respect that. I can respect that. That's just like people got pissed about Zoe
Saldana.
Yeah, for Nina Simone, wasn't it?
Oh, well, dude, I was one of those people because they put a fake nose on her.
And they put black makeup on. They blackfaced her basically.
With a fake nose, like, come on, blood. Y'all had to do all that. She wasn't the one.
You could have had India Arie. You could have had, and that's nothing against my, lighter complexion sisters. I mean, the melanated woman is God. Period. There is no, and I don't mean period like the city girls be saying.
Right there. Let's pivot real quick.
Let's go for it, sis. That's why I got you.
I'm melanated.
That's right.
Yes, you are.
I'm lightly melanated.
You ain't lightly melanated. You are melanated.
All right. So we keep making
because even though you have lighter skin, you are distinctively Negro.
I am a whole Negro out
here.
Yes,
she is a whole melanated queen.
And I identify as a black woman. Okay?
Yes, she is.
So we keep making these distinctions that almost like being apologetic about it. Like, why?
Yeah, because love.
Because colorism is still a real thing.
Okay, so don't subscribe to it then.
Thank you.
But it's still a real thing.
But don't subscribe to it then, and it won't be
real
no more.
Not subscribe to it when society is still a person that looks closer to white.
Society accepts a dark-skinned dude walking around half pregnant.
Person.
And if you keep subscribing to that ideology, then that's going to keep perpetuating it, right?
Cool.
But how can
you don't have to choose one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, we saying, okay, in order for me to elevate black women or dark-skinned women, I have to diminish light-skinned women. That's not necessary.
Which is not good because I have so many people in my family who are light-skinned women, and they is extra black. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not in physical appearance, but definitely, and they are. You could even call them keepers of the culture.
Yes, absolutely.
And if somebody was to say something like, "Oh, you're not like these," you'll fuck around.
Ram, I'm with you.
You might fuck around and get slapped. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the melanated woman, regardless of the shade.
Ram, fool. He identifies as a billionaire.
I do too.
Cash me out of your discriminator.
He a trans billionaire?
I need that. Exactly. I'm with you, Ram, all day. I'm there. Shit. We already got the M. I'm trying to get the B.
But that's the thing. That's why I feel awkward about it. Because I see people going in, oh, she's only there because she's a light-skinned vision. And me, as a filmmaker, I'm kind of thinking like, hey, man, fuck all that. Was it a good movie or not? Did you enjoy it, right?
Right.
But I also don't want to diminish people's concerns about colorism. But then I'm also thinking like, okay, you got Regina King, who's unambiguously black. You got the young lady, I don't know her name, that's playing Cuffy.
Oh, yeah, she was dope as fuck.
But
she was dope
But that's the thing. She's unambiguously a black woman. Idris Elba ain't no Shamar Moore looking motherfucker.
Yeah, the light-skinned nigga with a
it's like this. So it's like we got 9 main characters. We got but my point is that we got 9 main characters. Yeah. 8 of them are nobody would ever ask the question, what do you mix with? Or do you have Indian in your family? Nobody would say that dumb shit to them. And we got one chick who's mixed, and people are making that a highlight of the conversation, and I think that's kind of corny.
But we perpetuate it. We double down on it by saying, that's right. Now, that's not my fault.
Right.
You
It's
know what I'm
not.
saying? So y'all, you black folks,
We gotta love.
y'all holding the shit against the light skinned people.
I don't hold nothing against light
Yeah, you
skinned
do.
people.
You just
I
know
don't.
that you do. You don't know that you
I
do.
don't.
But
My
sometimes
wife
you
is
do.
light.
Your wife is not as light as me.
Yes.
You
No,
kind of
she
like.
is not. Keep it a buck.
How about
No.
the same?
Nah.
Different complexion
So,
tone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still
Y'all-
like
y'all fair.
but if you keep
Y'all
doubling
right.
down on it, right, and bringing it up to the surface every single time we had this
I
conversation.
love melanated people.
All right, so if I'm melanated, then
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It don't matter how melanated I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, see, this
But-
this is where I'm torn at on it. Is that I want to see the dark skinned sisters win, but am I really gonna look at a light skinned sister and be like, nah, I'm not fucking with you due to the color of your skin?
Hell
Like,
no.
that's bananas to me. And so some of the energy that's directed at old girl is
Beautiful
almost like
sisters.
for no other reason than you being light skinned. I'm not fucking with. Like, people ain't even talking about her performance
Okay, so.
or nothing like that. They saying you light skinned, we ain't fucking with you. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that.
I don't do
I don't
that.
feel it either.
I've
It ain't my
seen-
fault. It ain't our fault. Just
I've
speaking for
seen
the light-skinned
sisters-
But it's a great movie. If y'all ain't seen it, man, go
I've
see
seen
that. The Art of
sisters.
They
This
Fall.
one sister, and I'm not being funny or nothing. This sister was real dark, but her shit. I'm just being a full blooded male, being honest. She was beautiful. Wow. And I've seen my sisters in all shades, because you all are amazing. I'm just keep it a buck. You're amazing as fuck. Yeah, we should kiss the ground you walk on and make your life easy, but we don't. That's our problem. But I don't fit into the light skin versus dark skin shit. I joke with some of the light skin cats because they poke at us darker skinned people, and yeah, I got. I took a picture today. I said, I'm going to show y'all. I don't show the bald head often, but ain't no dents, no creases, nothing.
That's because
some
you
milk
just shaved
dust.
that motherfucker and smooth
Now, the
it
flip side, to what he's saying.
Milk
Stubble in that
dust.
bitch
You know
right
what
now.
I'm
That's
saying?
why you took that
Ain't no
hat off.
stubble.
Go ahead.
But yeah,
It
it's
depends on the
milk dust.
age. Because if you a light skinned nigga, see, if you a new light skinned nigga,
Yeah.
and you a certain
But
age,
they was winning.
You good?
We
with
wasn't
me.
winning.
You good?
We
But
was
if you
good.
a light skinned nigga from like the Prince El DeBarge era,
Yeah.
I ain't fucking
But
with you.
y'all, we're using a litmus test that
That
says
was
that light
put
skin is
against
more
us. Bad
beautiful,
test.
right?
Right.
Right.
And it's
here's
not.
the thing, though.
It's
Y'all
That's
ain't
what I'm
acknowledging. You're saying that she's dark skinned and she's beautiful, of course. But it's beautiful dark skinned people. It's
No.
ugly dark skinned people.
Nope.
It's ugly light skinned people.
No.
Yo.
Ugly
I
ain't
was
physical.
around- I was around
Ugly?
in the
Don't
80s.
make
Ugly?
you
I was
or
around
pretty
in the
or
80s.
beautiful or
Ugly?
not.
I was
Ugly
around in
is
the 80s. The
character.
light skinned
No.
nigga got
Ugly is
all
not
the draws.
physical.
Stop playing. Yes, it is.
No. I'm finna break it
Stop
down.
playing.
I'm finna split the hair.
Okay, no, we
I'm
ain't
finna
split
split the hair.
Sometimes it's some ugly ass people out here.
They're
Don't play.
unattractive
They're
people.
ugly.
There's unattractive
Ugly.
people.
Is this
It's a
about devil's
synonym.
advocate?
But
I'm
unattractive.
splitting the hair.
Don't split
Unattractive people.
Is this
There's
about
some.
devil's advocate?
Don't
There's
split
some.
that hair. Don't
There's
split
some.
that hair.
There are some physically appealing, challenged people in the
Why
world.
is he being politically correct?
Right.
Oh,
That's
I never
fine.
thought I'd see PC
We
come
don't
to
never talk about. We don't
Cognac
ever talk about
Confessionals.
ugly light skinned people
Hold on. Who
like that.
who
Like,
logged
come
in
on,
as me?
man.
Is that you or is that Rob?
No, that must be Rock. But see, here's my thing. If you a newer light skinned nigga, I mean,
What do you mean a newer? Like new?
like
Like,
if you under- if
Hold
you
on,
under
man, my
30,
bad.
like
if
if you hit the scene in
bad.
1995 and later.
yeah, you good.
After
But if
Jodeci,
But if you was in the
Jodeci
80s,
versus Shy.
I was around in the 80s. I remember El DeBarge,
Yeah.
looking niggas coming up and getting
Malcolm,
all
what's
the
up,
draws.
man? Yeah.
Taking
Come on.
all
Light skin,
the
I can relate. I can
you know what I'm
relate.
saying?
I can comprehend that.
So if
Us
you,
dark skinned
if
brothers
you got
wasn't
and you
popping.
light skinned, I'm cool with you. But if you was a
Oh,
light skinned nigga in the 80s,
Okay.
you know you was winning due to nothing but light skin. So unless you make a public apology, I ain't fucking with you.
Oh, so they got to make amends now
Yeah.
for what the white
Nah.
people told y'all was good.
Hey, that's right. Yeah.
You a subscriber
And,
to
and,
the
and,
Rams
and,
Vegas.
and for full clarity, when I
Nick
was
said
16,
Benzino.
the girl who
Damn.
said that she had you had to wait a year, she banged the light skinned nigga that weekend.
Oh my God.
So I
Hey,
held a
Well, I
grudge.
hear you
I can't
saying
be
this.
So I
mad.
held a
You got
grudge
trauma.
against.
You got some
I
trauma.
held a
Hey,
grudge against.
he got,
So
yeah.
when niggas show up and he old Prince, Elder
Light-skinned
Mars
niggas
looking
took his
ass
lunch
nigga,
money.
I automatically be like, I ain't feeling partner. So that's some issues that I gotta work through.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
know.
Thank you for identifying them.
But
As
still,
as the darker hue person on the
Yes.
set, I will say
I'm brown. Stick around.
I'm humbly cocky, so I've always been in season. I don't give a fuck what year it was. I've always been in season. Confidently.
From the womb, huh?
From the womb.
From the womb to the tomb.
You know what I'm
dig
saying?
it.
Maintenance man, mechanic man, whatever you need me to be. We've always been in season.
Turn around your back though.
You know, light skinned people was winning though. I
It's the
understand what
man.
you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't have a distinction to
We
it now.
went from black and beautiful in the 70s to light skinned niggas was doing all light skinned niggas could be up there crooning off key and the women, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
First nigga ever got draws through any in a concert was Prince.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Oh,
Or maybe
so fuck
Teddy
Teddy
Pendergrass.
Pendergrass.
Okay. Maybe Teddy Pendergrass, right?
Huh?
They was knocking down the walls
But he was
to
an
get to
honorary.
James Brown.
Teddy Pendergrass was an honorary.
And James Brown
light-skinned
looked like
nigga,
burnt
'cause he ended
bacon.
up doing some light skinned
My bad.
shit. That's why he got paralyzed.
Hey, be
He
nice.
just disrespected the fuck out of James Brown. I don't need you to apologize.
I mean, humbly, I'm just
You being
saying.
humbly disrespectful.
Humbly.
Like,
Real
God
talk.
damn.
I tried to go to
truthful.
James Brown wake. I happened to be in New York.
He's the godfather.
And I stood in line for 6 hours, and as I was standing in line,
I ain't
wasn't
standing in
moving.
line for 6 hours for nothing unless it's
Well,
longer
it's
dick and
it's James Brown.
$6 million.
It's James Brown though. It's the number because I always called myself Soul Brother number 2 because he was Soul Brother number 1.
Okay.
So I stood in line for 6 hours. The line ain't moving, and Jesse Jackson then pulled up and they walked them right in, and I said,
Did you
"Man,
hop in
fuck
the
that."
entourage? Did you hop in the entourage?
No, I just got off the line like, man, fuck this, man. And then somebody started playing James Brown on a boombox, and we just kicked it, and man, like, fuck that, because they only was letting in, like, literally, I was in line for like 6 hours, and they then only started letting in niggas. I'm in New York on vacation.
So you mad they started letting in niggas that he might have knew
They might light skinned people.
over you.
Yeah, like,
Over niggas that he didn't know. Okay, got it.
Okay.
still, I was in line for 6 hours. Like I said, I'm Soul Brother number 2, man. They should have recognized.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because they had this wake. Literally, they had this wake at the Apollo.
Like 6 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
This
Ian
shit
was at the
this shit was
Apollo.
like a concert.
Yeah, so motherfucker was standing in line and sitting there standing for 6 hours, but I'm like, I'm gonna do
Motherfuckers
this
had
to James.
backstage passes and shit.
And then they slid Jesse Jackson to the front of the line, and I was like, man, fuck Jesse Jackson.
I don't fuck with dude. But anyway,
You know?
that's enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I guess you know what
I met
never
his
thought
ass.
of it like that. Like,
we was at a shareholders meeting.
And he came.
Yeah, he was
Also,
he was at my company shareholders meeting. We was in Dallas. Yeah, And they was like, hey, I was like, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you.
No.
And I just, we sat not too far from each other. And I mean, you know, you're a black man, yeah, whatever. I wear ties for a reason. But anyway, you'll get that at
you know what?
6 in
Though?
the morning.
One thing I have seen. I was at Redwood City and I was with Jesse Jackson at an event. And one thing I can tell you is that I know he makes some good bread as a preacher, but if he ever wanted to teach one of those charisma type classes, because man, that dude got charisma.
Up with hope. Motherfucker
right.
don't
Right.
jump rope, and if you can't cope,
You
motherfucker,
so stupid.
get back and just hope. And
Charisma can't be taught.
you gotta have it, because if you don't have it, you don't got it.
60-year-old dude who
And if you don't got it, you don't
I'm
got
looking
it.
at a 60-year-old dude who looks like he ain't
Buy
got
my
a
new
good
album.
night's sleep in a year. And I'm sitting there like, this fucking Jesse Jackson, little pop belly and stuff, right? But it was about 10 women surrounding him that if he'd have been like, you know what?
Remember when that nigga was hating on
Let's
Obama
go. They would have all
with the
went.
hot mic? Remember we was hating on
he's
Obama
gonna
with the
cut-
hot
he's gonna
mic?
cut his nuts off.
Nigga, I was the first.
But see, here go the
nigga
thing.
out there doing
You know
it,
the
nigga.
plan was for Jesse
That's
Jackson
like nigga, the
Jr.
first
to do
pimp
all
get
the
mad
things
because the
that-
new pimp got more hoes.
Well, the plan was for
Step
Jesse
your
Jackson
motherfucking
Jr.
game up,
to
nigga.
win.
No, he couldn't make it happen.
He like, nigga, fucking
Shit, that shit
motherfucking
came and
Walter
went.
Mondale.
But see,
I
his
was,
son-
I was the first
his
nigga.
son
No,
was
Shirley
supposed to be-
Chisholm was the first
And we
melanated
ended up
person
a
to
whole
run
nigga, too.
for president. Actually, no, she
Man.
wasn't the first melanated person.
For a
to run
nigga who
president.
grew up in a mansion, Jesse Jackson Jr. was a project nigga to his heart.
Hood nigga. I go to hood every day.
Public affairs, embezzled money, went to the
Some
feds.
hood nigga.
How you grew up in a mansion and you Jesse Jackson Jr. and you end up in the penitentiary? Like,
same reason. The same reason you got, dude. Come on, you the crime and idiocracy and stupidity knows no bank account amount. It has no.
If I was a millionaire and one of my sons ended up in the penitentiary, I'd be like, hold on, Judge, let me have one word.
Go
with
for
you.
it.
You got to be the dizziest.
The white people do that too. And white people be rich.
You
as
can't
fuck,
fix
they be
stupid.
privileged, and they be dumb as hell and doing stupid shit too.
You can't fix stupid.
You can't.
Still, if I
Remember?
would have grew up with a famous dad and hella bread.
Your ass would be locked up for embezzlement too.
Well, actually, my dad was lightweight famous and did have hella bread, but he didn't fuck with me. But if I would have had a dad that fucked with me, that had those attributes, I mean, may rest in peace. I understand now. He was married when
Hey,
he was
if he
married
didn't want
when
to
I was
fuck,
born.
think about it. If he didn't want to fuck, you wouldn't be here.
Hey, like I said, I'm
Terrence,
forgiving
what's
now
up?
because I understand. Because my dad was married
Had a hump
when
in
I
his
was
back
born,
like a Halloween
but he
cat.
wasn't married to my mama.
Think about it. Hey,
So now I understand. And in fact, I can't be mad at my dad because the mistake he made, I made it 3 or 4 times.
Oh my goddamn!
3 or 4 times I had to come and say, "Hey,
So you
she's
just
pregnant."
so you just keep perpetuating that generational.
You gonna
You know
have
what?
to.
You know
You're
what?
gonna have to
Some-
jump off that train.
You know what? Some people are here to break cycles,
Mm-hmm.
and some people are here to perpetuate them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm breaking them now,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't be like some people be like, "Oh, I'm mad at my dad, this and that." Man, I fucked up way worse than dude ever did. So I can't be mad at him.
I'm gonna release the ball head. So
You
yeah.
know, I can't be mad. And you know what? I mean, it is what it is because all kids is a blessing. But yeah, I was a multiple time fuck up.
But that's life lessons, and
cool now.
remember, like we said on last week's show, the time for somebody to grow is not determined by everybody watching them. It's on them. Your moment is your moment. Mm-hmm. You can beat the teachings in somebody's head forever. They're gonna get it when they get it. And what happens is everybody is so opinionated and get self-righteous and privileged, and I don't mean white privilege. I mean privilege in the point to where, because I know what's right, you should understand it too, brother.
What's that?
Hogan. Yeah. What you gonna do when common sense comes for you? Ain't no such thing as common sense, because if sense was common, everybody would have it. And they sell that shit on Walmart during aisle 6. And if on Tuesdays, you can get the shit just sneak by self-checkout. The bitch ain't looking.
They don't even have bags in Walmart no more.
See? Another privileged white family making money off the misery of America.
Damn shame.
How do we get there?
We just free flow.
Facts.
Exactly. What else? So we talked about the harder they fall. Oh, I'm ready to go. We can keep going. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a curfew.
Okay, good.
Kid Cudi in a dress. I'm ready.
I've been so disappointed.
I'm ready. I've been waiting. You know me. Matter of fact, let me put my hat back on for this shit.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm ready.
Oh God.
He's the original Lil Nas X.
No, okay, and
Day and night. These motherfuckers wearing dress ain't right. And you think that shit is hella tight.
Well, my thing is,
And your old master's hella white.
Let me just ask this. Let me just ask this. Okay, let's go.
Shit is weird.
Why do you care?
I don't give a fuck. But there's a part of me. Hold on. There's a part of me, because we was talking about representation. Mm-hmm. We hold. Ram said he's trolling, right? And same thing. He's Lil Nas X. Once you got the Pilgrims giving Negroes the illusion of inclusion, and they sell a intestinal fortitude to belong to a clique when there's no links in the chain. So basically, you just a medallion with no necklace.
Say that.
It means you're headless. I got bars.
Okay,
You'll get that
first
shit
of
at 3 a.m. But what I'm saying is, I get upset when
Preach.
we hold ourselves accountable harder we're harder on ourselves because of what we've been through historically as melanated people, and we expect. And I get it, because I'm really on the. Sometimes I care, and sometimes I don't give a fuck, and I really be like, "You're a fucking idiot." And this shit, any dudes wearing dresses, all that shit, fuck you. I said it. I don't give a fuck. You don't watch my shit. I don't give a fuck. I trust me. I touch more than 5 figures, and I don't give a fuck. But
we got a loaded gun waiting
all day.
She ain't even position herself to get.
I know she ready. That's why I love sis, because she know I'm gonna say what I gotta say. But I will make fun of motherfuckers because that's what I do. I'm a Sagittarius. We joke about shit that's uncomfortable and whatnot, but at the same time, I had to point out, because if you have a society of kids, children, because it takes a village to raise a kid.
Yes, it does.
It really does. But if you have the kids thinking this shit is okay, you're gonna grow up with some kids who don't understand. And I'm not saying, if you feel a dude, you want to dress how the fuck you want to dress. Because what I'm saying is a double-edged sword. So I'm going to give points on both sides with what I say. But don't try to be. My position.
Take the position.
My position is that's some weird shit.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with being weird to an extent.
But you just made a whole argument about why it was wrong. Yes, but
yeah. So I know.
Okay,
go for it. Go, boo. Go. I got you, sis. Speak.
We done sat here and we didn't.
Because we talk shit.
And we didn't talk all kind of shit about what you call them, the pilgrims. I call them the colonizers. What you call them?
Pilgrims.
A mixture.
Okay. So we just sat here and talked big shit about all the shit that they did to us, right? That's part of one of the social constructs that they've imprinted on us.
Yes.
Right? So if you're saying that that's flawed, that theory is flawed, that everything that they've imprinted on her, that we call normal, but that's not, and that's one of them. So you subscribe to that now. You said that this thing that this dude is doing ain't cool, but that's some shit that these white people done told us ain't cool. You're not saying, okay, this is how this person identifies. That's their shit. And I asked you the question, why do you care? Why do you care?
I can tell you
I'm
why
just
I
poking
care.
the bear.
Because you, poke on.
I can tell you why I care.
But if you care, you have to ask yourself, why do you care?
I can tell you why I
Tell
care.
me why you care.
Go ahead.
Well, earlier when I said, when I was referring to the James Brown thing, and I was calling myself, and I said I call myself Soul Brother number 2, that wasn't an all the way joke. I call myself Soul Brother number 2, and I'm a griot. I'm a storyteller. I tell film. I tell my stories. I'm an author and I'm a filmmaker.
Yes.
So I do look at myself as a keeper of the culture. So even though I be joking, and sometimes I don't want to speak on it too heavily because I don't want to seem pretentious.
Right.
But I do feel like I'm a keeper of the culture. And I think guys like Kid Cudi and Lil Nas X, the things that they're doing, they dress themselves up as like non-friendly guys. Sometimes they make music that might appeal to younger people that's impressionable, but they do seem to have, I don't think they're coming from a purely creative place. Even if I disagree with it, I'll be like, okay, it's almost like there's an agenda driven. So anything that's an agenda driven towards black kids, I feel like as a keeper of the culture, I should care.
Can I piggyback? Oh, go ahead, sis.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when I graduated from the 6th grade, Garfield and the Dubs, 23rd Murders, we sang I Believe the Children Are Future. That was our fucking graduation song. And I believe the children are our future. They are. And if...
Whose future?
The future.
That's their future, not yours. You're going to be gone. So why do you care?
I mean, the future, period.
You
got to train.
You got to train.
Okay, so
I'm with you.
If you're saying that, we don't like the example that this is setting, right? This is not something that we want kids to subscribe to. Ain't nobody out and out stood up and said, fuck R. Kelly.
I do.
Actually, a lot of people
A
have.
lot
I
of
do.
people have not. A lot of people have not.
But a
and
lot
they
of
will
people
not.
have.
Fuck
They have
Robert.
not. No.
But
no,
see, there's a difference.
Robert
There's a
is
difference.
R. It's Ara. Okay.
there's a
Ara
difference.
is
Yeah.
Robert. Robert
get
is
both.
Ara.
But Cynthia, there's a difference.
There is
I
not
get
a
it.
difference.
There actually
So
is.
would you
go
take his
ahead.
Grammys?
This is the difference. When I look at a Lil Nas X, who now condescendingly says, "Well, if you look at the things I was saying, my music wasn't intended for children," even though he know that younger people were the biggest consumers of his biggest hit. But in the case of R. Kelly, since there was so much historical context, we've been listening to R. Kelly since like 1991. That's 30 years.
I was in high school fucking.
So if we
playing
That
yeah.
part.
So-
I'm sorry.
Now you
So-
want to get into splitting hairs or no?
but the thing is,
you want
is that
you want to expose all your shit or no?
I was.
But
We
see-
can get into that too,
I was-
but that's what we don't
I-
want to
no,
talk
I'll
about.
just be joking. No, I really be joking about it.
But here's
But
the
I
thing.
feel you.
Now, here's the thing. That issue.
I
right
feel
there,
you.
That
I
cultural
was-
issue.
Uh-huh.
That has
But
come
are
to the
we
light with
not-
R. Kelly. Hold on. That
Yeah,
has come
fuck
to the
R.
light
Kelly.
with R. Kelly, right?
No, it's fuck
We'd
R. Kelly for
rather
life.
ignore that and focus in over here
Well,
on
it's
No,
not-
this.
it's
no,
not
I'm
ignoring
on
it.
That
fuck
ain't
R.
got
Kelly.
shit to do with
It's
us.
not
That's
ignoring.
not our business.
It's-
What he
but
chooses.
we're not ignoring.
What we
fuck
are.
R. Kelly.
We
No,
are
but this is the
because
thing
we,
about.
because
Let
we
me just
talk-
make this one point
Go
about R.
ahead.
Kelly.
Fuck
One
R.
of the
Kelly.
things about R. Kelly
I am
is that
emphatic fuck
R.
R. Kelly.
Kelly comes from a long list
And Robert.
of male artists
Who've been touched on.
Hold on, let
But
me
fuck
finish.
him.
That was
I
that
get you.
was
I'm not
showed
making
some
that shit.
form of
No.
degeneracy,
No.
either from being drugs,
you-
abuse.
Because he was a
But no, let me
puppet
finish.
and allowed to do what he did by the
As
Pilgrim
black
system.
people, we have
As
learned to distance the artist from the person.
Okay, so why are you not distancing this dude?
No,
You're
we
saying-
have. We're
you're
saying
not.
fuck R. Kelly,
You're not. You're
but we're
not.
still
You
listening to R.
said-
Kelly music.
I don't
You
listen to
taking
Lil
issue-
Nas X because
okay,
his
that's
shit
fine.
sound trash.
Me
Because
too.
he's-
I like that one song. though. I ain't
Because
gonna
he's
lie.
aimed
Old
at
Town
the
Road
kids.
shit?
No, hell no. But listen, let me tell you something.
I've never heard nothing else he's ever sang because he
He's
sound
aimed
trash.
at the kids.
Okay, and
Don't fuck
R.
with
Kelly
kids.
was aimed at the kids too.
And fuck R. Kelly. No,
But
I'm
here's
with
the
you.
other part.
No, I'm with you. Fuck
okay,
R. Kelly.
fine. But here's
Exactly,
the,
Ram
what
knows
I'm
what I'm
saying,
talking
But what
about.
I'm
But
saying is
I
the larger
can't
issue.
lie.
But the
I
larger
done-
issue, the
I
larger
brought plenty
issue.
of women pleasure to R. Kelly
Okay,
music
but
as a
fine.
youngster.
But it's fruit
That's all
from
I'm
the
saying.
poisonous tree. He wasn't talking about grown ass women. He
I
was
get
talking
it.
about little
We
ass.
didn't know
women.
that at the
I
time.
didn't
So
know
you
that
had
at the
context.
time.
No, we
I
didn't.
just
That's
knew
what-
his music
but that's
had
what
me
I'm
and
taking
somebody
issue with. That's what
on
I'm-
a level.
Okay, pause. You know
I
why
thought
R.
this
Kelly-
thing with
hold on,
I
you know
thought this
why-
thing with Aaliyah was an aberration.
That
Oh my
no,
God.
no,
Oh,
no,
Lord
no. That nigga is
Okay, y'all
no.
want to
R.
know
Kelly's
about
foul.
this
No,
seat.
no,
No,
no.
aberration.
I'm gonna tell you why.
That
This
nigga is
so
foul.
simple.
No,
But
it's
yeah.
fuck R. Kelly for life.
But I'm
for
gonna
real.
tell you why it's
Plus,
so.
I didn't
I
know
just
all
joke
the
about it
details of
because I didn't perform to some of his
it
songs.
wasn't until he
That's
peed on
my
that
only
girl
shit.
that I
That's
was
just
like,
me
oh,
joking.
Man, blood on some other shit.
And here's the cognitive dissonance that applies.
Mm-hmm. Well, you use cognitive dissonance in a sense.
It's honest.
You're
I'm with you,
educated.
sis. I'm with you because I'm really fuck R. Kelly. I just joke about it because my, like Brett Favre. I remember my high school days, and I'm just being funny. It's really this only my
just
point
think
to
of that,
this
yeah.
shit.
Brett Favre.
No, stick of that. That's right.
My Brett Favre trying to see if you still got it. I'm just talking. Hey, I like I said, I can write a book. Actually, I'm working on
I'm
that.
gonna write a book about it.
But
Okay,
I'm just
but-
that's all my point is on that. Other than that, it's fuck R. Kelly always.
But here's
I'm
the
just
thing
laughing,
that
joking
troubles
for
me
my
about
shit.
it. We take issue with this young dude.
I take all of it.
We take issue with this young dude who is confident enough to say, fuck all y'all. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to move how I want to move, right? But when we talk about real issues, and I brought up the R. Kelly shit for a reason.
Yes.
Because we use Nas X as a deflection for the shit that we want to actively ignore. And the
You're
R.
right.
Kelly shit ain't
You're
about
right.
R. Kelly.
It's
It's
about-
about your uncle, your cousin,
And them
your
and some
partner,
R. Sheilas
you know,
out there,
that's
too.
all- that's been doing R. Kelly shit, and that's
Yeah,
a part
all
of the
them
culture.
motherfuckers need
We
to
don't
go.
want to talk about that part.
You
We'd
right.
rather focus in on the nigga that's wearing a dress and deflect from all the shit that we
'Cause
really
niggas-
should be talking about.
Because niggas, Negroes,
Because a lot of black people don't
sweep
get the
shit
help
under the
that they
rug.
So that's what
All
I'm
that
saying.
touchy feely shit.
Why are we over here worrying about what these grown
Pull the
ass
curtains down on
little
everything.
kids doing, and that's their choice. If they want to do that, that's fine. Why do you care?
I care because they aimed at the kids.
It's
All right.
not.
It
They
actually
just
is.
living their life.
Their music is aimed and marketed at the kids.
All music is aimed and marketed at the kids.
Okay, so if something
All
is
music is
blatantly,
aimed at market.
it's one thing if a guy's degenerate behind closed doors and we hear
So
rumors, and it's another thing when a guy's a degenerate on Front Street. If I can't say, "Hey, that's not right," then what good am I to society?
About motherfuckers where it really ain't right.
But as a leader in society,
I
as
get
a
what you're saying.
shepherd of
The
a
accountability
flock, I gotta
it's about
say,
accountability.
Hey,
If he
that's
wrong,
not right.
If he
Wrong is
and then
wrong.
here's the other part too. I don't see the same argument and I don't see the same energy when Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi is talking about, you know,
what?
I don't
fuck
come
with
on,
them
man,
either.
that's aimed at kids too.
I just spoke on that last show.
The same energy. It's not the same energy. It's not the same.
For some
energy.
of us, it is, but I
Well,
get what you're
not
saying.
women, but aren't they former strippers?
The large outpouring of the outcry is not. I get what you're saying
That's why you're a
because
magnet.
because
they represent who they are in the doorway.
So he
Cardi B,
represents-
no, they selling their soul
Cardi
for
B has
trinkets.
Never made
They
never
all
made
selling their
any-
soul for trinkets.
No, but Lil Nas X is worse.
No, they all bad because actually,
It's
No
not.
degrees of worse.
they all bad because here's the thing. Like we already
First
said,
degree
the
murder, and
melanated
voluntary manslaughter.
the melanated woman is God.
Negligent homicide. What is that?
The image of the melanated woman should be protected at all costs. Let me just say that. And what sucks is we have.
Come on, that's bullshit. Sorry, I'm calling bullshit.
No, I'm just speaking. I'm
calling
speaking big
bullshit.
picture.
I'm
I'm
calling
speaking big
I'm
picture.
calling bullshit. I'm calling small picture. That's bullshit.
I get what you're saying.
All of it.
I understand what you're
Because
saying.
You can't sit here and say.
I'm just speaking on the wishful. I'm speaking wishful shit.
Yes, Cardi B is God.
No, I didn't say Cardi B is God. She is
your
not
own
motherfucking God.
entertainer shit. I wish.
No. What I'm saying is, no. I'm saying because what far as I'm relating to what you were saying, the shit with Megan and them doing, the image of the melanated woman should be protected. It should be.
What part of it?
All of it.
Then they can do what the fuck they want to do.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
I'm with
It's not,
it.
and it shouldn't be.
I'm with it.
It shouldn't be.
I'm with it.
It
No,
should
it's a
be.
double-edged sword. I get it. I understand it enough to agree and disagree with myself when I say something because I think about both sides of it.
So you can see both sides. The balance.
You have to.
Yeah, but you're taking a
That's
position
why
where you're agreeing
what is
to
my
one
role?
side.
What is my role? I'm devil's advocate because I look at both sides. Even when I have a strong opinion about something, I really look at the other side and pull out points. Because, like, I can agree with you, and I do. I get it. Women, they can do what they want. You women run the world, yeah.
Yes.
We can't be so
Close-minded.
for one. So I get that. I'm a forward progress thinker.
That's Megan Thee
Not really.
Stallion. Them.
Yes, I am.
Not
Megan
if
Thee
you take an
Stallion.
issue with a nigga wearing a dress.
A nigga can,
I don't
listen,
support that.
I don't
It
support
ain't
it.
for you
Do
to
what the
support.
fuck you want to do.
All right then shut the fuck up about it. If everybody
do what you
comment
wanna
about
do.
it, let them motherfuckers do what they want to do.
I let
I want that
everybody
all
live
through my
your
living
life.
room and my
But
Then
the
kitchen.
don't
thing
watch
is,
it.
no, you're right. Don't
Then
watch
don't
it.
watch it.
But the thing is,
They're very subversive.
when you
in how they
perpetuate
market
that
it.
Then
shit.
don't watch it.
I'm not watching it. I'm worried about the
Why?
children.
It ain't your business.
Because I'm
The
upset with all you.
kids-
I love the kids.
the
Okay,
future-
well let the kids decide what the
No, the
fuck they want
kids
to
can't
do.
decide.
The
Don't
kids-
let the kids decide every fucking
mouth
thing
to ear,
else.
mouth to ear.
Oh.
The effeminization of the black
Mouth
man
to
is
ear,
part of
she-
the cultural war on
Mouth
African
to
Did you
Americans.
just really?
Mouth to ear.
God damn you.
Mouth to ear.
I hate
We're fighting a cultural war against the
I'm
powers
just
that
saying,
be.
mouth to ear.
Come on, man.
That's
Are
all
we
I'm
really-
saying is.
are we really ready to abandon our
I'm
brothers?
saying
It's not an
I understand. I know. I get you.
So
I
here's
get what you're
but
saying. Go
You're
ahead.
not thinking about it in the larger scope of
Go
how
ahead.
we need
That
to.
there's a cultural war
No,
taking place,
it's-
and
no.
we are
With
responsible black
The
men.
spiritual war is real.
What did W.B. Du Bois say 100 years ago? The
He
talented
said,
tent
If
will lead the black
he
race.
said, drop down and get your eagle on.
And I am in the talented tent.
And there's a phonograph of that shit
I have a
somewhere.
moral
They
obligation
didn't have
to fight
CDs
for my
back then.
community.
That's what he said. He said, drop down and get
If
your
we
eagle
truly
on.
gonna be kings and all that, then the king has to come out on the battlefield and fight for their people.
But that ain't got shit to do with a motherfucker's sexuality and who they choosing to fuck on.
Yeah, but
it doesn't.
It
I know,
doesn't. It doesn't. But I don't
I'm
want you
with you.
parading across my TV.
Like I said,
Here we are. But here we are.
I'm with you.
Talking about
Wim-
Lil Nas X and Kid
Women,
Cudi. Where the
hey,
goddamn dress?
women are the new niggas.
Kid Cudi is down with Kanye.
Parked cars
so
get
he's
hit.
a part of a subversive agenda to
with
undermine the
that.
black community.
All right.
I understand that. I respect. Hey, at the end of the day, I do respect people's individual opinion to live how the fuck they want to live. I
Yes.
really do.
Yes. In fact,
Completely.
live out loud.
It's far more
I
harm
do.
being caused by the fuck shit that we ignore. Because we
Such
so
as-
busy. Because we so busy
Pointing
worrying about a
fingers.
nigga wearing a dress.
Here's the thing. Pointing the finger is 3 of them pointing. I need to get my nails.
You sure
But yeah, Martha, I need an appointment. I'll be over there in a minute.
So what's the fuck shit
So-
we ignoring?
We've historically black people. We ain't the color. Let's start with that because I can go. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. But historically, like you said, once again, I play devil's advocate well.
Cynthia is outdone.
My sis is. I'm telling you, I'm gonna offer her the permanent role.
She's
Because I need
exhausted
that.
right now.
But we have historically ignored. Trust me. I can go there with some shit.
We can get
We've
into, we
ignored.
can get into some gangster shit if we want to.
We've ignored
Because
so
that's
much
the stuff
shit.
that
I
we
get
don't
it.
talk
I
about.
understand. That swept under the rug shit. That don't.
Are you talking
Hey,
about
remember?
gangster rap?
No,
'Cause that's just merely
no,
a reflection
no.
of
What
what's
she's
going
talking
in
on.
the streets.
The shit.
I don't know
Hey,
about
who watching the kids? Don't leave them over cousin Junior house. Don't leave them with cousin Junior. I hear you. All that shit we ignored because.
Maybe
And-
But
I
it's
the
way,
thing is-
but it's way deeper than that too.
Because
You
we
already know that.
hold ourselves accountable more, and then we try to protect the brand, if I may say. I'm gonna just call us a brand. Melanated people, the brand of being melanated, and I'm just outside looking in, calling it what it is. The protection of the brand. Oh, this family. Oh, they one cousin be doing some weird shit, but we gotta protect it because we don't want the pilgrims or nobody outside of the circle to know this shit.
That's
This
fair.
motherfucker's a weirdo.
That's fair.
And do some weird shit. I get what you're saying. You're right. We got to start calling shit what it is, and that shit needs to happen. Call shit what it is. At the same time, live your fucking life. Where's the
And
balance?
stop talking about the motherfuckers wearing dresses and shit.
I'm not
We
wearing
do
no
not
dress,
care.
and I'm not
It's a
arguing with no
complex.
motherfucker that wears skinny slacks.
I saw that shit earlier.
But it's
You
all,
so disrespectful.
but it's all intertwined. It's complex.
Because
It's not. That's
it's
a
jokes
non-issue.
and it's fun.
It's a non-issue. If we're talking
It's-
about being respectful,
I said,
everybody's
man.
choices for their life,
True.
and everybody can choose to live however they want to
You
live.
are
as long as
absolutely
they
right.
ain't causing no harm to
Harm.
nobody else.
I'm with you.
All right.
I don't
Leave
have
those
a
little young boys
problem.
alone.
I don't have a problem with the alphabet community. I don't have a problem
Oh my
with.
God.
Only people I have a problem with is people who hate, people who do wrong shit to kids, people who abuse women, and people who stand in my motherfucking way when I'm trying to prosper.
Ooh.
I don't give a fuck what side of the fence you sit on. Fuck you.
Yep. Double fuck.
Just being honest. You know,
But
I
but
love
when
everybody.
you make commentary about this type of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
everybody has
I gotta touch on it.
everybody has a right to their own opinion
Mm-hmm.
about it, right? But if we talking about how we
It's supposed to
manage
evolve.
each other, no, how we manage each other.
Right.
We started off this conversation talking about politics and how we,
Yeah.
we make really bad decisions about the politicians that we
Endorse.
elect and that we support and blah blah blah, right? And how we need to do better as a community.
Mm-hmm.
That's step one. Like we gotta make sure we getting everybody, despite the shit that we do not agree. We do not agree about everything, and we're not going to.
Never.
Right? Ever. But we can't dismiss people because of the choices that they make. We can't
True.
dismiss people because of how they choose to live their life. Because if we need to be a collective, we got to be a real collective.
But part of being a collective is you do have to be monolithic on certain
You do
things, so
not.
you can be
There-
easily
you
undermined.
do not, because we are not just one thing. You are not just one thing. I'm not just one thing. He's not just one thing.
There are multiple things.
You're multiple things. There's intersectionalities here that we have to acknowledge.
That's what she
But
said.
on certain things, we do need
We
to
do
move
not.
as a monolith.
The only monolith that we need
Well,
to do is
well,
you.
how can
is
how we a
you-
community if we're not moving
the only
together?
thing that we need to be in agreement upon and in alignment about is the fact that we all black people and we all have the same struggle and we
Yes.
all have to deal with the same challenges and we all need to just fuck with each other the long way. Period.
Monolithic,
That's the
as I
only
say.
thing. Not what church I go to, not if I'm straight or gay, not if I'm light skinned or dark skinned, not if I'm rich or poor, not if I'm none of the rest of those
But we
social
can't
constructs.
be monolithic when
I've been
it's,
both.
when
Rich or
it's,
poor, I ain't been straight or
when
gay.
it's
I've always
convenient.
been.
You know what?
I've always loved women, so I.
But you also can't.
But
you
I
I
don't
love
hate-
women's. You love
You can't
women's?
just
No, I'm
put
just
something in
speaking-
the box
I'm being
of saying
funny.
That it's a social
That's
construct.
Sagittarius to me. I gotta
It's
make a
just
joke out of
social
it.
construct, because to say it's a social construct means it's almost academic, when there are real world complications that come from these social constructs. So that's deeper than a social
Oh,
construct.
that's fine, but
It's a social contract,
just
and we
saying that-
kind of all agree on some
right.
shit.
But I'm saying that that social construct has also determined that we were less than. So
And
if
we
we're
can't
subscribing
subscribe
to
to
the
that.
colonizers and how they
I-
constructed this shit that we live in right now,
No, we have an alternative
cannot.
construction.
We cannot
So-
we can't keep doing that.
So, like I said
Right?
earlier, we have to go back to mouth to ear. The shit that was everything that was really taught, the essence of, and I'm just gonna go all. I'm gonna just give me 30 seconds.
I'm gonna give you 15.
15. If you go back to teaching's essence of whatnot, we've been lost, and we all know that. But mouth to ear is the shit because the essence of your teachings weren't allowed to be written down, because if you were once you got stripped of your essence and your language and your scriptures, you were given everything a different narrative.
We didn't
So
have
you-
scriptures, sir. When we
I'm just speaking
Okay.
in third tone. I got you. I know you with me. That's why I like that. She with me. That's why, yeah, you got the job. So
Actually,
the essence of what I'm saying is
Solomon was
right. I don't read that book. I don't fuck with it. But anyway,
the Queen of Sheba.
that's a different term, and yeah, that's some historical shit.
I mean-
But yeah, it was mouth to ear because you were stripped. So those were your essence's teachings, and we've fallen off and it was an aided falling off. Let's just call it what it is. Trying to rebuild what was lost, and you did have some descendants of the mouth to ear movement who are still there, and that's what we got to get back to. Because if you don't know the teachings or the history of your people or your essence, your origins, your language, of any of that, you'll always fall victim to the flavor of the month.
Okay.
Baskin Robbins will go out of business if they didn't know how to make frozen yogurt.
I wouldn't mind Baskin Robbins.
I prefer Lords, but okay.
Me too.
They
Because
bougie.
Lords was mouth to ear.
They bougie. They bougie.
I'm just saying.
I
get
don't disagree
Thank you.
with the theory. However,
That's just my theory.
it has to evolve a little bit.
It
though.
does. I agree.
Because we're too far removed to be able to straight default back.
We can't.
We cannot.
I
Now we
agree.
got
I
to kind
agree.
of deal with what we got. We got all these different hodgepodges of historical context and culture and blah 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 blah.
Yes.
And if we saying that we was the first motherfuckers here, then we really can do and say and set whatever the fuck we want to set, and whatever way we want to go, right? Whatever thing we want to default back to.
Yeah.
Some people want to just go with what they got.
I
Some
can
people
understand
want to
that.
go deeper. Some people want to go all the way back to the beginning. That's fine.
The
But
rabbit hole ain't
it's
for
the
everybody.
rabbit hole ain't for everybody.
That is true.
But what we have to deal with right now
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that we just got to put our dukes down long enough
Mm-hmm.
and say, because you a black man, and because you a black man, and I'm a black woman, that we just gonna fuck with each other regardless of how you feel,
Right.
regardless of what you believe, regardless of what you subscribe to.
That
We
shit just
gonna-
glistened on camera. It was nice.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it
did it?
does. It did. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's it. That's all.
And I agree.
I'm with
Yeah,
you
mine was-
all day, sis. No,
Yeah.
I fuck with sister a long way. It's sis. I love my sister. She's so dope.
I love my brother too. You did too.
No, I do what I try.
Prior to
I'm a
midnight.
humble. I'm a humble servant of the community.
You are.
I just try.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God
Keeper of the
A
flame.
melanated woman is God,
It is.
and she
She
will
is.
always.
Keeper of the culture.
She will
But
always be.
but you are too though. Like this is us.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's a symphony.
It is.
It's an orchestra of beautiful instruments that play the harmonious music that is bestowed upon the ears of the enlightened. And
Now put this on your
The
paper.
what?
Put this
Yeah.
on your paper for the next time.
let's go.
Come.
You ready?
We're
let's-
gonna talk about how
Mhm.
you know we have to navigate
Yes.
these social constructs
I'm with it.
that are counter.
Productive.
No, that are counter to what we know to be true about us as melanated people.
Right. Because we've been given so many falsehoods.
So many.
I'm with you. I'm with that.
And I'll be ready to sock a nigga in the nose for trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
don't do me like
Exactly,
that.
because
Don't do that.
I feel you. That's something. See, that's why I said I would. Yeah, you got cinnamon blasted shit. That's what I'm talking about. You know,
Why your glass empty?
he.
Something
he's
lightweight.
a slow sipper.
I'm sorry.
You know?
Nah, my glass empty, so I was the fastest sipper.
So
You topped it off though, didn't you?
Twice.
Oh yeah, you a lightweight.
usually we go through 2 bottles, but it's good.
Okay. I ain't gonna be fucking.
No, you don't have to. There's no pressure.
Ain't no water out here. Bro.
We got that.
Yeah, y'all need a woman's touch up in here.
I told you. Did I already tell? We had this conversation.
Ain't no water out here. Ain't no
we had this
snacks.
co- we
Ain't
had-
no.
I had the pregame. I'm here. I get here. Well, anyway, that's another. We'll talk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, pregame.
Yeah.
My pregame is deep.
Pre-game is good. Pre-game is safe.
I make sure we good.
Anyway,
We can keep going.
I don't care.
I'm on 1%.
You on 1%, and he a lightweight.
Hold on. Here. Here's my wireless charger, nigga. Take your case off and push the button, wireless charger. You know, I stay ready, keep from getting ready. I was a Boy Scout and I was company commander
Are you a-
ROTC.
were you a
And
scout?
I was and I was company commander and I was on color guard. So,
Do you want to lead a scout? A troop?
No.
Why? We need some black folks.
I get it. I
that
hear you, but I'm trying to, I'm
something
dealing with pushing. I'm not pushing, but yeah, my son is with baseball and
Gotcha.
college shit. I had it. I had fun doing it, and I'm looking forward to being able to walk around my house in some long johns.
Oh my God. Okay.
DP.
Oh my God. I don't need that visual. Thanks for nothing. But anyway, look.
Yeah.
So, there was a troop that came and did an Eagle Scout project. Over
Oh,
at
see, I didn't get
my
that.
site.
I didn't get that high.
And it was black people. It was a black troop.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So, you
I
know.
was I only black? When I joined the Boy Scouts, I was on the East Coast.
Oh.
When I lived out there in the 7th grade, it was different. It was fun. I had fun. It was.
Yeah.
I remember the shit.
You know, it's girls in there now,
Yeah,
too, so.
nah,
So they don't call them Boy
separates.
Scouts
Yeah, I know the motherfuckers. They always infiltrating, but
Ooh. Oh, after you just upped the.
I did. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, it wasn't the melanated woman that was like, "We need to be in the Boy Scouts." No, it was a motherfucking Karen.
Because melanated women are
Trendsetters.
Traditionally,
They got they like fuck
support
y'all.
traditional
We make our own shit.
You know what?
They like we got our own fort. Sheba's soldiers. We got our own shit.
Okay, so
Who the fuck want to infiltrate some pilgrim dude shit?
because the
Some
Girl-
Pilgrim
because the
women.
Girl Scouts, because I was a Girl Scout for like that quick.
You
right?
were.
And the brown started off as a brownie.
I started off
then
as a brownie. I didn't make it too far because I was like, this is some bullshit.
I only went for 1 year. And my little
So you get no badges?
I got badges
What
in a
badges?
year.
What badges you got?
I because you couldn't carry an axe or nothing. We did. You had to make a lean-to. So when I went for the year, I stayed on the East Coast. And my birthday, which is next month, if I'm Sagittarius.
What day's your birthday, son?
My shit's the 11th, 2 weeks before Caesar Borgia Day. But so we was in the Chesapeake Bay
Okay.
camping for the week of my birthday when I was in the Boy Scouts.
December 11th.
Yeah, and we had to
It's
hike.
cold as fuck.
Right.
It was very Chesapeake Bay,
Virginia,
Chesapeake Bay, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
We had to hike 5 miles. And one of the things we had to do was build our assignments, was our challenge, to build. The situation was if the area we was at was flooded, how would we survive? And they put us into groups. And we had to, and here's the thing I will say. What the Boy Scouts did, you cut a tree or whatever, if it was a green leaf on a tree, you couldn't cut it because it's living. There's rules to that shit. Mm-hmm. So we had to build it, and we built a lean-to. We built a fort. And we had to scavenge and find, and if you didn't have a certain badge, the axe badge, you couldn't carry or handle an axe or a knife. You had to, hey, could you bring all these fucking hella rules to this shit? Mm-hmm. Anyway, long story short, it was hella late. It snowed. We were out in fucking, like I said, Chesapeake Bay, out there in Pilgrim Land, doing.
Is that why you keep calling them Pilgrim?
I've called them that since I was in elementary school.
Hey, that's the home of the
so, but the experience of doing that shit was dope. I can't knock it. I learned some shit. I know how to tie knots. I'm the Black Dexter, but I don't kill people. Yeah, I know how to choke you just right.
Oh my God! Okay.
But I'm just saying.
Some bitches like that.
Hey, that's what she said. But no, seriously, that experience was dope for me. Mm-hmm. I was 12.
Right. Yeah, I didn't make it past brownies because I was like, what is we doing? Like we sewing and shit. Like I don't want to.
Seventh grade. Once again, East Coast. I lived in the East Coast.
Well, there's scout troops here.
Yeah.
And there's black scout troops. Mm-hmm. And there's black girls in the scout troops now.
That's what's up.
And, they learning like some real scout shit, right?
Because that shit is... What I will say, not to cut you off, my bad, apologize. The shit that you get taught, because you get taught
Survival shit. Yeah.
Out in the wild. The different plants. Like I said, we 12 years old. You imagine a bunch of 12, 10, 11-year-olds out in the woods. Yeah. We're in the fucking woods. And the scenario was, this area is flooded. And then I'm going to try to remember if it was 5 to 8 of us per group. Mm-hmm. And our troop, because our troop was pretty big. Mm-hmm. And we all had to do our own survival shit.
Black kid in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was.
In the wilderness.
I was the only black kid there. And we had fucking banana jello pudding for my birthday. I remember that shit.
Oh, that's worth fighting.
Hey, I remember the shit.
That's worse than not liking grits.
I like grits, but yeah, we did the camping shit, but we had to build. We built and we called it a lean-to.
Or banana what? Banana what?
We had banana jello pudding.
Banana jello
for my birthday. Camping in Chesapeake Bay in the fucking winter. And the shit was anyway. So life skills. What's up, Kenya?
I think that,
hey, Helen. Yeah.
We should kind of lean into that a little bit.
We got to get into survival skills. You do.
Yeah, like
I get it.
So look, I was saying a couple weeks ago that inbox me about the script writing and all that type of stuff because I got a new job. I got a new job. I got a promotion at the job.
Sis be on.
So
sis do her thing.
Sis
be moving.
I don't move that fast though, but it's good.
But you move. Progress is progress.
She might be slow, but she show.
That's right. That's right.
And we ain't gonna call it slow. You just move.
She show.
You make shit happen.
I'm gonna tell you this. I like to identify who can be of service.
Right.
She might not be there when you call, but she's always on time.
So
shout out to Ashanti. And that motherfucking pink
my new job
suit she had on the other day.
Recreation supervisor of cultural arts,
okay,
nature and science. Right? It is. It's quite fancy.
Oh, it's science too.
Yes.
Nature and science. So when you were talking about the script writing and all that type of stuff, I was like, oh, well, y'all want to teach some kids how to write scripts?
Yeah,
let's go.
Definitely.
And just for the city of Oakland or the city of
and
that's an impressive title. They put all that on the business card.
Well, I ain't got no business card yet.
She doing her thing. Sis is active.
if you can offer that to our children, I think that would be great. Yeah.
We're going to reach out because, Cognac Confessionals love the kids.
Yeah. I would like to put people, natives in touch with, what I'm saying, your community and like.
I believe the children.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something else.
Teach them well, let them.
Just saying, I believe the children.
What's the other song that say I believe?
Beauty they possess inside.
I've been debating on deleting that from my iTunes, but in all fairness, and this is why, and see, this is where it's a slippery slope.
Is that the Randy Jackson, Randy Watkins version? Which version is you singing though?
It's like this. I'm not here. I'm never here to defend R. Kelly. In fact,
I will never defend that nigga.
If
fuck
I was
R.
on
Kelly,
the yard
I
with
just
R.
know
Kelly,
I
I
did
would
some
have
shit to
give
his
me the
music.
business
Fuck
if
him.
he came by me. But on the other hand,
Punch that nigga in his throat with a boxing
when
glove
my
full of razor
grandfather
blades.
died, I Believe I Can Fly really carried me through. I would listen to that shit for like damn near hours.
The
at
devil
a time.
was a
You see what I'm
musician.
saying?
You know that.
So it's like
in the Pilgrim's book.
So I'm in a position where okay, you got R.
You
Kelly,
caught that? Okay.
R. Kelly, this horrific human being.
Yeah.
But he also made art that really helped me in my life.
It's
Not
just like
knocking chicks down. He's made.
I'm gonna go there though. It's just like the first time you would,
No, it's
you bite her ear before the first time you put it in.
Like,
you distract her. We've been
God.
distracted by the music. I get it.
Yeah,
and I'm here to tell y'all, the Space Jam soundtrack
Mm-hmm.
has so many songs on there that were subliminal. Like, for instance, Monica's song, For You I Will.
Yeah.
A lot of people that don't really listen to the lyrics think it's a love song, but it's really a parent to a child. It's a love song, but it's not a romantic love song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that, and I Believe I Can Fly was also on there. Like, if you're depressed, put on the Space Jam soundtrack. If you're still depressed by the end of that shit, then you need medication. But if you're a normal person that just normally kind of gets down from time to time and gets tired.
Okay, so that's fine, and there's always exceptions.
So if I say line R. Kelly up on the wall and shoot him, but there was an R. Kelly song that I feel at one point damn near saved my life. So it's
that's
like,
fine.
wow.
Yeah.
So I have to be able to
Tugging at your
separate the
heartstrings.
artist.
You cannot.
From
You cannot
the
because
art.
most of his art is fruit from the poisonous tree.
But I never really listened to none of this other shit.
You a lie.
No, that 12 playing all that shit, I never listened to that shit.
Nigga.
The only two
Never
R.
mind.
Kelly songs that I've ever
Hey,
bought.
hey, wife, if you watching, never mind.
You know what?
I ain't gonna talk on it. Never mind.
I believe it
I'm
because
gonna be
nigga don't
quiet.
like grits.
Yeah,
There's only
nigga don't
two
like
R.
You
grits.
don't like grits.
There's only
I'm
two R.
sorry.
Kelly songs
12
I've ever
play.
purchased.
I Believe I Can Fly.
12 play
No,
was.
I wish.
Fuck that.
Okay, all right.
Hey, let's keep it a
Don't
buck.
lift that shit. That's the
It
only
probably
thing
ain't
I've ever
nobody
listened to.
out there who ain't mixed to some 12 play. I'm
I'm
sorry.
type nigga.
I was with that too.
Talk to me.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm just saying that era of music. See, that's another
So
thing.
you having
Niggas
my
nowadays,
money. I'm listening to that shit.
motherfuckers nowadays don't.
My life on
I used to make.
I never fucked with R. Kelly. other
Damn,
than
I'm trying to
the
be
songs.
good.
You did?
But
No.
I'm gonna say something. Motherfuckers used to make session tapes and CDs for the get down. I grew up in that era. So when I say the R. Kelly shit, I'm just saying those songs. I just did some. Never mind. Like I said,
Don't incriminate yourself.
I'm not.
Please.
I'm trying to be good because she probably
I
watching.
don't know if the statute of limitations.
No, I ain't. No, everybody was of age. No, I'm just saying that. Never mind. We good.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
I
being funny.
struggle with it too, though.
That's the thing, because I'm like,
because that was the soundtrack of
the
my,
shit now. Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
late teenage, early 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
But it's like once you get to the
Toe
understanding and you and you really think about, okay, you honest with yourself about the shit. It's like, damn, this nigga's a whole goddamn pussy crook. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Everything that he's
I feel
singing
bad
about,
'cause I was like,
everything
nigga, I was, and I hate Joe Montana and the Niners, but no, I was the team of the decades back then.
Oh, Lord.
I'm really just joking. I'm the comedy feature, but nah, I'm really telling the truth. I'd probably,
It's always
Hey, you
the
niggas
truth
that
in
got
the
chicks
comedy.
you nigga, yeah, she knows about Show You Right in the Fourth Flow. I'm pretty sure she do. But anyway, so, yeah, anyway, another story. Never mind.
That's
Yeah.
for another day. That's for a late night podcast.
I'm gonna write a book maybe one day. I'm gonna ask my wife if so.
The name should have been changed to protect the
Protect the motherfuckers who probably gonna get their ass punched in the throat
Or not.
by they nigga.
Was it more than 20 years ago?
What's that, The Best Man?
Yeah.
Remember that movie, The Best Man?
Hey, yeah. I don't have none of those stories. Well,
That nigga wrote a book and brought it to the wedding.
It brought it to the wedding.
He
Yeah.
deserved his ass.
I don't have none of those.
Well,
I just tell this.
She needed her ass
I'm
whooped
full
too,
of-
but even though her character
I'm full
ended
of
up
some
dying,
shit
but you
to
really
tell.
fucked his best friend.
to talk.
The nigga wrote
Yeah, he
a
don't
book
do no
and
shit
you
like
ain't let
that.
that
Okay,
nigga sit
pause.
up there.
You don't do no
Pause.
shit like that.
Pause.
What's going on too?
but he was out here laying low and spreading wide. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
but like in the
Come
immortal,
on,
in the
man.
immortal words of
That's
T.I.
Come on.
Let's
In
go.
the immortal
Okay,
words
we
of T.I.
we going.
Was
Okay.
you at odds
No,
with this?
fuck him too. Like, come on, man.
Fuck that.
Like,
Nah.
Were they at odds?
Nah,
Does it matter?
There's some rules to some shit
It
that
ain't
you
no
don't
rules
do
to that shit. Y'all make
We
up your
young,
own rules.
because there's a code.
It
If
ain't
you
no
had me
code.
sitting there,
No,
if you had
no.
me sitting
Hold
up
on.
there and you
If it's
fucked the
good for you,
best
it's
man,
good for me.
But here's the thing. Okay, so
killing everybody.
now let's go. This is where we at.
nah, fuck that. I'm killing
No.
everybody.
I'm just saying.
Should you,
amongst
as a
the
melanated king, should
Yes.
you not be respected in the same way?
yeah, but here's
All
the
right,
thing I'm saying.
then.
Nah, you can't.
Amongst
you
your
can't
circle
twist
of,
that like that.
of females,
Why not?
is there a code? We dudes
What's
have
the code?
we have a code.
What's the code?
We have a code to
A cheat
certain.
code?
Huh?
A cheat code?
No, listen to me. Amongst your circle, or yeah, I'm going my young mind at the
And
time.
she was scandalous in Players Club too.
I'm gonna
She was
speak it
just
on the
trying-
square term of it. No, hey, this yeah,
Makes me
Yeah,
wonder
no.
about her real character.
There's a circle. There's a code.
What's the code?
The code is
The code
you
is
don't.
you can't have me sitting up there
No.
grinning with a nigga that you fucked. I'm killing all of y'all. I might not kill you. I'll
But
kill
it's
your
okay for
family.
you. It's okay
No,
for you
no.
to have your side bitch all up in our faces.
Nah,
Shit.
you don't do
I
that.
would
Okay,
never
here
do
we
that.
go.
Oh, yes,
No, I
you
wouldn't.
have.
No,
Nah,
I
Yes,
wouldn't.
we don't do
No,
that.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Nah.
Y'all the niggas that did that shit.
As
As
a
long as it was on
youngster,
accident.
as a youngster, yes.
Oh,
When I was
accident.
immature and
Accidents happen.
self thinking, and I was thinking
Accidents
about
happen.
maybe. I
Plus, I
was
gave my
young
life
and did
to
a
the
lot of
Lord,
shit.
so
Like I said, that R. Kelly 12 play shit, yeah, back then, yeah,
I gave
I
my
was a
life to
beast.
the Lord, so I've been
But-
washed in the
Amen.
blood, so none of that
Amen.
counts.
Cover with
I've
the blood of
been-
Jesus.
So none of
Amen.
that
Guy
counts.
code, right? And so no,
Have
I'm
you
just saying,
atoned?
It's
yeah.
a process.
I ain't saying. Guy code. There's certain shit you didn't do.
I'm
When
killing
it came to
everybody.
your circle of your cats you dealt with, you didn't go after nobody they dealt with. Certain people was off limits, and
That ain't what I'm
Everybody.
talking about.
that's what I'm talking
Everybody.
about. The code. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
your code ain't got shit to do with the woman that you in relationship with and committed
there's
with, or
distinct
you
gender
whatever.
Her code is
Y'all are more forgiving.
Women have a
and
code, too.
understanding. So thus, y'all have a greater tolerance
Write this
and a
down.
greater
Write this down. Write
capacity.
that down. Write that down.
What is-
Y'all got a greater capacity to
Write that
forgive.
down.
I don't have that.
Hold on, just like this.
So
Hold
thus,
on.
ego based.
No, no.
what's
We need
done
to
wrong
talk
to
about.
y'all is
Go ahead.
okay.
We need to
What's
talk
done
about-
wrong to me is not okay.
Okay, we need to talk about the fuck shit niggas do.
Yeah.
Want
I'm-
to get
That's
away
not quite
with.
what
I
I'm saying.
got dominoes to play, but
No,
I mean we can't.
Fuck
That's
shit.
not
I,
quite
I
what
thought
I
we was
said.
going in there tonight.
Yeah, fuck shit niggas do.
That's
Okay.
not quite what I
That is
said.
what you said. That's what he's talking about.
That's
right there.
a
There you go.
paraphrase.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, because here's the thing is, and not to be, I mean, you do have fuck boys. You have fuck girls. But here's the thing. This is what I tell people. And I'm 18 years in my situation. So I'm far removed from.
So you 18 years removed or 20 years removed from the fuck shit.
Yeah,
From the
exactly.
fucker.
21 years.
Beautiful.
So,
21 years
and
removed.
I don't get me wrong. I got friends and folks that's single. We talk. I hear shit. I see people's posts
See
and
what's
I
going
joke
on.
around and shit. And I see shit and it's funny. But this time that we live in now, because there are fuck boys and fuck girls, and I tell you, and this is
Say
something
you right.
as I tell people all the time.
Ain't you supposed to be atoning over there?
Some people come to
It's a
fuck.
process.
Here's the thing: some people come to fuck. Some people come to fuck and build. You need to know the difference.
But they both got in the fuck. So that's the
Because
common denominator.
because also
Why does one have to be? It's not mutually.
That's
no,
right.
listen. I'm not saying gender specific. I'm not saying gender specific. No, it's not gender specific.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You have fuck boys and fuck girls. Girls, listen. You have females that act like the new niggas.
Well, a
That
fuck girl
they
is
come
a
to
vegan
just
shit
hit,
against nature.
and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. And that's the thing. I'm not saying nothing wrong with
He
it.
just called the melanated woman a deviant?
No, a fuck girl is a deviancy against nature.
Listen, here's the thing.
So the
I know.
fuck
No, I'm gonna
is-
say something. There's
See, a
nothing
man
wrong
has
with
to
a woman
struggle to
that's
overcome
in.
his base nature, but a woman that
If she
subscribes to
knows
base
what she
nature
wants-
is awful.
No, the thing is, the
That's one of
dude,
them
the male
sociopaths
ego,
I was talking
the
about.
male ego isn't fashioned and built to be able to deal with the fact that a woman can be like, nigga, I just want to do this, and that's what it is.
Excuse me?
I said the male ego isn't built to deal with the fact that
is
a
it
woman.
Bill? Okay, I'm about to say you.
Because in
you
order
right.
for this
I'm
thing to
kidding.
work,
Look,
the woman
once
has
again,
to be righteous.
I'm talking about
balance
the
out
life,
unrighteousness
life,
of the
because
man. It's on y'all.
I've had many hats
Sorry.
before I decided to sit down. So, I've had situations where I was a side
know if y'all
dude,
ready for
the
this.
break glass in case of emergency dick. I've played those roles in my single days as a young lad, as a young pup, as a young king learning.
Wet behind the ears.
Yeah, I mean, just I was out there chilling, enjoying life. I've lived that life, so I can write. I was thought about writing a book, but I don't want it to be no issues. But I know some shit.
Your story wouldn't be.
No, I'm just
But
saying.
that's
Period.
Mammoth's Day.
Yeah.
It's Latin.
But
it's
I'm just
guided
saying.
by the hand of God.
Exactly, the light is in me. So, what I'm saying is, there's nothing. The male ego isn't built to accept that fact
So
when
a
it comes
woman
to a
needs to be
woman.
righteous.
You
I
should
gotta
be.
Shit. I gotta
It
be
should
what the
be.
fuck I want to be.
And I'm
It's
with
not
you.
me talking. This
Okay,
guy.
what
Yeah.
is
You gonna
it?
go
Oh,
But
against
listen,
God?
you a talking
listen.
right now. You in all of the middle of
Here
your
we go.
comment. Okay, gotcha.
I'm with you. The male ego needs to understand that the woman, because we came from the woman from the beginning. That's the whole.
Amen.
never mind. But I'm
That
saying
man spit.
there are women out here that's just like, hey, this is what it is. That's what
Speak
it
some
is.
bullshit because you still you.
No, it's
Listen,
not.
let me tell you something. Stop this.
A woman
right
can
here.
tell you what it is
Feel
and what
this.
it's not.
Because y'all talk that shit. Y'all talk that shit. Y'all talk that
They-
good shit. Because you taking the position of speaking for all the motherfuckers.
I'm not speaking for nobody but
Okay.
Deshaun.
Don't do that.
I just
You
speak for me.
you might want to speak generally right now.
Okay, I'm gonna speak generally.
Because I'm gonna speak generally too.
Speak generally.
All right. So
The woman is the nurturer of the family,
It
so
is.
we
But the
require
man
her.
is-
to
But
be
nothing
more-
wrong with
more
her.
you
righteous.
don't require me to do shit. Don't require me. Don't require nothing of me.
Just the way of nature.
It's not.
We're gonna go against nature. We're
But
gonna go
if-
against
it's
mama's
my
Nature-
nature. But if my
Going
nature,
against yourself, put those letters in. Never mind. That's another thing. They'll get that at 3 a.m.
Oh.
But no, all I'm gonna say is, in my experiences as a young, from 14 to 20, 21.
Why would you even?
I'm just speaking on some shit.
I know, but that's probably the dumbest part of your whole life. That's
That's
where
learning.
It's the dumbest part of your whole life.
It's learning.
Probably
Experience.
all the way up until you're like 30, 35. And y'all with balls.
20,
But for us,
28,
like,
20,
no, y'all be dumb well
I've
into
been
y'all
where
30s
I've
sometimes.
been
Uh-huh.
28.
24 is the
Where
oldest.
I'm at is 28. So, and even before then, I was on a different.
So you
thing.
can honestly say
Yeah.
that by your late 20s,
Mhm.
you had shifted your thinking and shifted
He
your,
elevated.
you elevated
Yes, he did.
In some areas,
Amen.
in some areas.
In areas, yeah. I'm not gonna say completely, maybe. And even now, I'll be like, because I replay shit.
And how old are you now?
I'm 46. I'll be 47 in
But you
30
still,
days.
but you still speak upon the positions you might have taken.
And that's just joking and it's fun shit. I'm more like, I don't have the energy for. I couldn't be me in my younger days at this age, at my young age. I couldn't be my young self today.
But the way that you speak about it, like it's so absolute, and this is what it is.
No, there's no absolutes.
Okay, we'll say
Only the
that.
Sith deal.
There are no absolutes. Only a Sith deal in
Only
absolutes.
did it. So if that's
There's
the
no
case,
absolutes.
then, and we're saying we're evolving, we're constantly evolving.
Yes.
But we're still subscribing to previous.
But the woman is already
Schools
evolved.
about-
She's just going against her
You
nature.
go back to your teachings,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to. And the thing is, you have to honestly even hold your teachings accountable, because you can have a bad teacher, and you have to, regardless of the ties and your emotional bond to those teachings, even those experiences, you have to call them for what they are. a lot of people don't have the intestinal fortitude to do that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, because if you've been beat down in your early life
Yes.
and you have been conditioned to only receive what people give you,
Right.
and not tap into your own intuition and what you know to be true about you, right? Then you're always going to be in conflict if it don't match up.
Right.
So I'm not matching up
I get that.
because
It's
I already
it's a
know,
battle.
like what he was saying. Oh, women are nurturing. Da, 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 da. I have very strong. I have very dominant energy, right?
And that's
so
the
I have to
one.
acknowledge that, right? So if I say that does not mean that I don't have a lot of nurturing energy or a lot of feminine energy.
The woman is the
But
beginning.
but I have to acknowledge the fact that I have a lot of masculine energy too. It doesn't mean that I'm any less feminine.
No.
Right?
No,
So
not at all.
if you
Not at all.
saying if you're saying that, okay, I have to know me.
You have to.
So when I'm getting these messages and I'm getting these teachings and I'm getting all of this information, I have to be able to process it in a way that fits me
Exactly.
and not what someone is telling me that I have to do.
We can all
right?
take the
Telling
same
me a way
tests
that
and the
I have
same
to do.
study
We're going to substitute
materials.
the word have for desired trait.
Excuse me?
Desired traits. This
Mm-hmm.
nigga said desired traits. Okay.
Explain.
We're going to table that for next week.
Write that
Next
down.
week we're gonna table that.
I ain't coming here next week.
I got you coming back again now.
You not coming next week? You need
She
to, because
coming
I'm
again.
going to the fight next week, so I'm not going to be
You
here.
gonna be by yourself? You just
Oh,
gonna
you
leave
is?
me by yourself?
I got my lawyer that's running for governor of Oakland next year.
Governor of Oakland?
I mean mayor, excuse me.
Who's your lawyer?
Alyssa Victory.
Okay.
She's my attorney.
Okay.
But I've
She's
already
running for
committed
mayor.
to Lauren Taylor.
She's on next week.
I've already committed to Lauren Taylor.
She's on next week.
Based on?
He called me
You
player
live-
one time when I met him.
That
He
was
said, all right,
it.
what's up with you, player?
That was
like,
it. He's
"Oh,
like,
That's why-
sold.
And that's why Biden is in office right now.
Sold.
Motherfuckers like that
Yeah,
right there.
so-
that shit right there.
We gon'
You ain't asking nigga about his policies or nothing. Like, you
Nothing.
Just keep calling me player when you see me.
next week.
And sometimes champ. What's up with you, champ?
he cooler than motherfucker though. He is.
I hear you. Maybe we'll get him on one day. But next week we have
Maybe you should.
Alyssa Victory on. She's my attorney.
Okay.
Through my she endorsed it. She's
Oh, there's
certified.
another.
She
There's
cute though, so
another.
she might could get my vote.
I'm damn sexist.
I don't want to be
how that work?
superficial.
He being
I know.
he's being advantageous on purpose.
He said he a lightweight. He
I'm the
has
new devil's advocate.
Yeah, breed devil's
with
advocate.
gasoline draws off. Okay, so look, you
Yes.
should probably have the other candidate.
I don't want him on at the same time.
No, not at the same
I
time.
don't-
But I'm open
It's not a
to
debate.
yeah, I'm open to have whoever on. Really, to be honest.
Hey, what happened to that one lady that was running for some type of council out in Richmond?
Miss Dandy.
Mm-hmm.
She's I got to reach back out to sis, see how she doing.
But what would you ask the mayoral candidates if they were here?
What you gonna do for the people, nigga?
To I would do it in a more politically correct environment and
Why?
setting, because here's the thing,
They represent niggas too.
right? But I'm gonna be
And
respectful.
he's the council person for District 6.
Yeah.
So he ought to be able to speak a certain
Speak
language.
niggas?
Yes.
But I'm gonna ask the tough questions, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if y'all got questions, please chime in next week. Hit me in the notifications. Message me. She's open to have the conversations, which I've known her, a few years. Like I said, she's the attorney for my job, my union local, for my local. She's our attorney. I've had several conversations with her, and I've watched what she does, her work in unionizing and labor and whatnot. So I'm impressed by what she does, and any other candidates who's possibly running. Hey, I'm always open to have a conversation with anybody. I'm not closed-minded. Just because I
think
have
that the more people that we have to choose from, the better.
Yeah.
And everybody should have an opportunity to be heard.
I'm open to have, like I said, I'm open to have the conversation, and she's been on my show before, and she was like, hey, I'm like, all right, it's good. So that's what's happening.
All right, cool.
So
I like
we're
it.
gonna We hitting 2. Yeah, it's when we go. Y'all know we used to do an hour, but we hit 2 tonight because that's what we do. We don't have curfews, and we do what the fuck we want here. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody that has tuned in, choose to tune in. If you're watching the show later, subscribe to the page, like the page. I'm just a humble servant in the community, trying to spread a voice, laughter, joke around, talk shit, swallow spit, as always. It's all love, unless you're hurting women and kids, and then I hope you feel the wrath that should be upon you. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you for having me. Finally.
I have been, shit be.
I be busy as fuck. Too,
exactly.
I ain't gonna lie.
You always welcome.
Thank you.
It's open forum, open. It's open. It's open door policy. We got history. It's my sis, man.
Yeah.
She, I protect sis all day.
You do. I appreciate that too.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna, we got. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to balance the energy. Me and Pharaoh is here, but I'm trying to, I need y'all in the and I've always said, I'm like, I need some feminine energy. Like we got Tiff that comes.
Yeah.
And
what's this house here last 2 weeks?
Carmelia.
Yeah, she held it down a little bit.
She did.
Shout out to her.
A little bit. Yeah, she cool. What's up? But nah, I need some. We trying to balance it because I don't want it to be a sausage dictated show with men opinions dictated across the masses because.
And the ladies like cognac too.
Oh, they do. Yes, we pour it for you all day.
Yeah.
They like tequila too.
No.
Some do.
Okay. Tequila is a whole other. That's another vibe. So.
That's my shit. Tequila's my shit.
A good sipping tequila is good, but
a good
that's
extra
another
anejo,
vibe.
ocho anejo, some good shit. It's the shit.
But that's another vibe. So.
Yeah, that's a good shit. So, if you want to give out your social,
I do not.
I knew you wouldn't want to. That's why I asked, because I wasn't gonna say. Because sis is important.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know,
then you don't.
You don't. Tricks are for kids.
Shut up.
But anyway, Pharaoh is handling the phone call, and December 19th. See, actually, your motherfucking ass. Happy birthday to Dugard. Y'all was at Tommy T's last night for Dugard's birthday.
And we killed him.
Killed him. Pharaoh was on there doing this now. He back now.
Packed it out. Something ridiculous.
I was trying to come, but I had to play.
I was upstairs, downstairs.
I had something to do. Yeah, it was. I wanted
Sunday,
to go.
Our movie. Sunday,
I was there.
December
Sunday.
19th, our movie is premiering.
Dead Rappers.
And it's
Tommy
a Sunday,
T's.
so you ain't got to worry about the weekday shit.
Sunday, come out there, fuck with us.
Wait,
Tommy T's. December 19th. That's a week after my birthday, so I celebrate all December.
Treat it like a Christmas present for yourself.
Come fuck with your boy, man.
Boy, I'm
gonna be in there. I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna be up there with some pantaloons.
I think I'm gonna wear some orangutan skin sweats.
I'm gonna be dressed like if Kid Cudi was a bullfighter.
I'm gonna dress like a motherfucker. I'm gonna dress like a conquistador in a hoodie. Yeah. But anyway,
one of them Zorro masks.
December 19th, Tommy T's. It's the world premiere of Dead Rapper movie.
Yeah.
Written, directed, starring my co-host, my man Pharaoh. Hey, I'm in that motherfucker for like a half a second if you don't blink.
In that motherfucker.
I'm in that motherfucker. I'm in hella movies. You know what I'm saying? I got IMBD. I don't update my shit, but I got some shit.
You should probably update.
I know. I need to. I really do.
Because when motherfuckers Google, you let that pop up instead of your professional shit.
Yeah, be like, Google me, bitch.
And then really.
And bitch is non-binary.
The mystery. Because in the immortal words of Snoop, some of you niggas is
bitches too. Hey, but now we finna. It's Friday. I'm gonna be humbly cocky. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, you can do anything on a Friday or whatever time you choose to watch this. But anyway, at some point you choose to click and watch this, and I appreciate you. I really do, from the bottom of my heart, though. Seriously, though. I'm just
I
being
love
honest.
you more than he do.
I appreciate you. Ray, Cuzzo Vaughn. What's up, Cuzzo? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure y'all have a safe weekend. Hug your kids. Tell whoever's important to you that you love them, because kindness.
Yes, do that.
The world needs kindness and empathy.
What
And
the world
needs now is love, sweet love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the only thing.
Hey, now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, man, love and light.